Hello and welcome back to the Exponential. I'll be your host today, RSquared. We have an interesting one coming up, that's for sure. We have the Bills taking on the Jets at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey in the AFC East rivalry between Buffalo and New York. It could be interesting for a lot of different reasons. Buffalo is coming into this one on a 2-game losing streak, and the Jets are coming in on a bit of a skid themselves after a disappointing London game. They not only came out of London, they fired Robert Saleh, and taking over for them is now head coach Jeff Ulbrich. I may be saying that wrong, but I mean it could be Ulbrich. I say Ulbrich. Get used to it. I say Ulbrich. The Jets, coming off of that loss to London, fired Robert Saleh, and in comes Jeff Ulbrich. They demote Nathaniel Hackett, and now out comes brand new interim offensive coordinator, should I say, Todd Downing, the former Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator. Remember those days? I only did it until I saw his picture up on the screen. So that'll be interesting to see for the Jets. A defensive-minded head coach, not really changing much, but then going with Downing, who led a Titans offense to the playoffs not that long ago under Marcus Mariota. So it'll be interesting to see what Downing could cook up for his offense. See, Boat, you were here really early, really fast. You said, why this game? So interesting story. It's a great way to start everything. Interesting story. So I was going to do London at first because that was technically what got the most votes. I was really tired that day, at that time on Sunday, so I kind of decided more health over fun thing. I was like exhausted. I needed sleep. I took a bit of a nap, so I needed it. I was exhausted after that. And then when the 1:00 game came for Commanders Ravens, I was going to go live, but because I'm international, I watch DAZN, not sponsored obviously, but I watch DAZN. And they did not have Ravens Commanders because it was featured locally, technically, on the BBC. And we're not subscribed to BBC. So my options were Bengals Giants or Bills Jets. And personally, I would rather Bills Jets. So you're lucky it wasn't Bengals Giants. So there were some options. This will be an interesting game for you guys because I am a Dolphins fan watching two of my least favorite teams face off, the Bills and the Jets. So that'll be a ton of fun for you all. It'll be mostly me smacking down how old Aaron Rodgers is and how inaccurate Josh Allen tends to be, although his stats have been much better this year, including the fact that he hasn't thrown an interception yet. And that's pretty good considering he's been without his bestie, Stephon Diggs, who moved on to Houston and is having the time of his life over there. Buffalo hasn't really faced much resistance in the AFC East after completely obliterating my very own Miami Dolphins, sadly. But that was also the game where they injured Tua Tagovailoa, so I was watching. Then again, the Patriots lost to those very Dolphins without Tua Tagovailoa, which is bad on a whole nother level. And the Jets are coming in with firing their head coach, which could be good, could be bad. I'm interested to find out. We're about 2 minutes away from kickoff. Could be fun to see how this one goes. Assume you're cheering, but I'm not really. I really don't like the Jets. I am wearing a green shirt, so you could take it like that. I don't like the Jets. I don't like the Bills. I mean, I'm better with the Bills than the Jets. I've always been that rare Dolphins fan scenario where in order, I like the Bills best in the division, then the Jets, then the Patriots. I don't like the Patriots. I've been to a few Jets games. I've been to a Bills game. The Bills game was wild. It was not even it was at Hard Rock, but it wasn't even a Dolphins game. Dolphins home game. There's more Bills fans there. So that was crazy. And then I've been to a few Jets games, and Dolphins traveled better that one. I really didn't feel the fan base, but in general, I just don't like the Jets. So I would go Bills, Jets, Patriots. I'm not really rooting for anyone, which is why it'll be a fresh perspective for me. I picked the Bills to win this one. My picks have taken an odd turn this week. I say odd. They have taken quite the odd turn. I got Thursday night right, brought me to 1-0. I picked the Jaguars. Probably a mistake on my part. 1-1. I took the Texans 2-1, the Ravens 3-1, the Eagles 4-1, the Packers 5-1. Maybe it didn't take the turn I expected. Bucks 6-1. I picked the Titans. I thought they could do it. So 6-2. I picked the Broncos 6-3. I believe I picked the Steelers. Let me check. I picked the Steelers. I picked the Steelers. All right, so 7-3. I picked the Lions. That game was incredible. So good. I loved that. I loved watching that. I'm like, they're losing so bad. That game was awesome. I love watching the Cowboys. So that was a lot of fun. I did pick the 5. So my picks are actually going really well. 9-3. And then I picked the Bengals 10-3. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So going into this one, I'm 10-3 with the chance to be 11-3. Let's go, Buffalo. Oh, sorry. Let's go, Buffalo, as they say over in Buffalo. So it'll be an interesting game, that's for sure. Yeah. Wait, didn't like every team win in the division in the NFC North? The Packers won. The Bears won. Yeah, they did. I'm looking. Yeah, they did. Well, yeah, sorry about that. Hey, but you're undefeated. You got no room to be complaining. 5-0. I mean, I wouldn't. Obviously, someone has to win that. I'll go deeper into that during the next commercial break. But someone's got to win that division. I'll tell you exactly how they do that. So we're here in MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands as the New York Football Jets's get set to receive the ball. The game is underway, and that'll go for a touchback. So the Jets will receive after the Bills won the toss and deferred. The 3-2 Buffalo Bills coming in for the Jets. I loved that game. I'm sorry. As a Vikings fan, you might think it offensive, but that game was awesome to watch. I love watching the Cowboys get decimated any day of the year. It's so much fun. I had a blast. So Mr. Old Man Rogers coming out wearing the uniforms that he's most familiar with. They're throwback uniforms, but it's also doubles as their color rush. 83's in motion. Not quite sure who that is yet. I have to get in the game. So the opening handoff will go to Breece Hall. Breece Hall finds a hole there in the middle. Will go for about 3 or 4 yards on the play. They'll give him 3. Welcome in. If you're watching, my name is RSquared, and this is the Exponential. We have an interesting one. I'm a Dolphins fan commentating on the Patriots and the Jets fan, so could be interesting and iffy at the same time. I'm not a huge fan of either of these teams, if you couldn't tell, but well, it'll be definitely a unique commentary. Hall in the backfield. 83's in motion again. Tyler Conklin in motion. Rodgers drops back to pass. He's got Lazard on the quick little slant. That'll go for about 10 yards in the play. First down, New York. Easy, just routine. Got a nice little step. Had Douglas looking. Yeah, not well executed play. Douglas tried to play man really tight on him, but that's the thing about the man. He let him get inside. I think he did the right thing from a defensive standpoint, not letting him get to the sideline. Allen Lazard is a huge deep threat, if those remember his time in Green Bay. Hall in motion will motion back into the backfield for the Jets. 1st and 10 from the 43. Rodgers will go play action, and he'll fling one in for a first down and a little bit more, and that'll go for about the 30-yard line. That is number 5, Garrett Wilson. Nice little play there. Aaron Rodgers showing off the bit of that sidearm. He might be old, but he's still got that Patrick Mahomes throw in him. It was just a classic route. The safety dropped in, number 3, and there was just a mismatch there. Damar Hamlin dropped in. Damar Hamlin came down from it looks like he was playing safety, but I'm pretty sure he's a cornerback. Not quite sure, however. Again, first time commentating on the Jets, so I got to get used to it. Aaron Rodgers, handoff, Breece Hall. Breece Hall's got a hole. Breece Hall up the middle for about a gain of 11 on the play. I need to turn my mic down because I'm talking too loud. 1 second. Not much, just enough that I can still shout and not blow all your eardrums out. This should be good enough, I think. Might be a little quiet. I might have overcorrected. Boop, Boop. Much better. All right, that's much better. So now I can go really loud without it cracking out because it's too loud. Aaron Rodgers has got 2 men in the backfield with him. 1st and 10, deep in Bills territory. Handoff. Breece Hall. That'll go for 2. Down into the red zone. That was just a normal run. I mean, not really too much I can commentate on that one. Breece Hall from scrimmage this season in the first 3 games, he had 21. In the last 2, he's had 12. He had 97 per game through the first 3 and only 28. He had 3 touchdowns through the first 3, 1 per game, but then absolutely 0 in the last 2. They need to find a way to get the running game going here if they want any chance to beat Buffalo. Thankfully, that shouldn't be hard because Buffalo is ranked 32nd in run game offense. Garrett Wilson in motion out the backfield. It'll be a screen to Wilson. Garrett Wilson tries to get the edge. He'll get about 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd down coming up, 3rd and about 4. Todd Downing calling the plays for New York. As I said, he was the former offensive coordinator for the Titans way back when, back in the reign of Mike Vrabel. It's his 2nd season as the Jets pass game coordinator. I guess they're not officially calling him an offensive coordinator. They're just letting him call the plays for the Jets. Or should I say for Coach Rodgers, the new head coach of the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, he'll start it looks a little cold. He's got his hands in his pockets on almost every day. Calm, cool, and collected, and especially chilly on this cold day in the Meadowlands. He's all alone in the backfield. Rodgers drops back. He's got him. Oh, and it's just incomplete. Off the hands. That'll bring up 4th and 4. He was trying to get Breece Hall, but just out of the reach. I thought he had it. I thought that was an easy 1st down. I was on Hall there. He was a little bit in front of him, but that's a running back there. You need to be able to turn on this. Yeah, no, there's no way to sugarcoat. He dropped it. Wide receiver would have had that. Bad play by Breece Hall. Needed to come down with that one. But, I mean, then again, when is Breece Hall not having a bad play? Greg Zuerlein coming up for the New York Jets. He's 6 of 8 this season from field goals and as long as 40. He hasn't been particularly accurate. A 34-yard attempt coming up for Zuerlein. And the kick is up, and it is drilled right down the middle. The Jets strike first, up by 3, 11:06 remaining here in the first quarter. Next up, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense. I believe we're going into commercial break now, and if we do, then I'll dab a little into the NFC North action. We are. All right. Sad to see Hunch get hurt. It was rough because you could definitely tell he broke something because, like, from the moment it happened, I went, that's rough because it wasn't necessarily super contact either. He just kind of bounced off the back of someone. Then when he landed, and the thing that cued it on for me is that he didn't appear like he was obviously in pain. He just took his gloves off and just laid down like he knew, but he was numbed basically, is what I'm thinking. Is what I was thinking at the time. So he was a great player. It'll be sad to see him gone for the rest of the year. I'm not quite sure. It definitely affects the pass rush in Detroit, and they might want to make a move at the trade deadline to try and replace him on that side. Just an idea. We already saw our first trade. It was Roy Robertson Harris from the Jaguars shipping off to Seattle as a big man. So that'll be not really. That means absolutely nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing happening there unless the Jaguars happen to find the steal of the draft in the 6th round. But in the NFC North, it's a tough race right now. The Packers have 2 losses. The Lions have 1 loss. The Bears have 2 losses. And the Vikings are undefeated. It is quite the division we got there. The Lions have been absolutely incredible. They've seemed mostly unstoppable. The only time the Packers have lost, and this was without Jordan Love, was against, actually, it might have been, I don't remember. Can't quite remember. It was against Philadelphia in their first game, which was a thriller in a foreign country, and then against Minnesota, who's also undefeated. And so that brings me to my current point, which is the winner of this division is the one who wins the division. Makes sense? I'll explain. So the game's about to come back, but I'll try to go quickly. So in the divisional matchups, each team plays each other twice, as per usual, blah, blah, blah. So, but when it comes down to it, it's going to come to the Bears don't play a divisional game until week 11, and that gives them a huge advantage over the rest of the division until then. But really, it comes down to those interdivisional matchups on who wins the division. If the Vikings, they've already won a big one against the Packers, they can pull away one against the Lions and against the Bears, the Vikings win the division, even if they just have one. Then with the record on top of it, say they sweep the Bears, say the Vikings sweep the Bears, split the Lions, and sweep the pack, they're in. The Bears are over. Agreed. I'm not a huge fan of Caleb Williams' play style, but yeah. Anyway, you get the point. Is if when all these teams play each other, that's what it's going to come down to. So those are the games you got to watch out for. The Vikings probably will sweep the Bears. If they sweep the Packers, that's huge for the Vikings. Then I think the Vikings win the division, and if they split the Lions as well, because that would mean basically they only had one interdivisional loss. Vikings win the division. However, if the Lions keep things going strong, they manage to sweep the Vikings by some miracle, split the Packers and sweep the Bears, they're fine. They win the division. So really, it's just, and the Bears, really their only path is if they sweep the Vikings, which seems impossible, and sweep the Packers and split the Lions, which not possible to me. 1st and 10 coming up for the Bills. Hand off to Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray gets the edge. Old man. Hey, talk about old men. 11 yards. That is not Latavius Murray. I was wrong. That was from last year. I do not know who that is. Give me 1 second. Hear my deep voice. That was Ty Johnson. So James Cook is out tonight, shockingly. Vikings will get the 6th seed. Man, you do not like your own team. Dalton Kincaid in motion. Josh Allen will drop back to pass, and he'll give it to Kincaid. Kincaid bounces off one. He'll get the first down, and he trucks over one. And the Bills sideline is on their feet after that one. Woo! He knocks the wind out of the Jets defender. Good old-fashioned truck stick there. Oh, that was pretty. And I mean, that was all Dalton Kincaid. Dodge one, and then bang. Ooh, I mean, that's classic. Just push him out. Get him out of here. The Bills love that. 1st and 10 on a huge pickup for Dalton Kincaid. Josh Allen will start under center. There's a bag on the field. Hand off to Ty Johnson. That'll go for about 3 or 4 yards. That was a plastic bag that just came sweeping across the field. Did anyone see that? It's like the black cat situation all over again. Remember that from that game with the Giants, I believe, a few years back when a black cat ran onto the field. So Ty Johnson is leading the way for Buffalo. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Bills. The Jets' 41-yard line. They're making good progress. Handoff again to Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson's got a hole. He bounces through. That's not Ty Johnson. I'm so bad at this. That was a nice little run there. How was I supposed to know who that was? Ray Davis. Ray Davis went up the middle for a nice gain there. I don't know who that is. It's number 22, Ray Davis. He did not play in the Bills-Ravens game, which we commentated on. You can go ahead and check on the VOD right here on the live section of the Exponential. 1st and 10 from the New York 27-yard line. Handoff, Ray Davis. Davis has another nice little hole, and he'll go for about 5 or 6 on the play. So Ray Davis getting the legs moving early on here in New York. Offensive coordinator for the Bills is Joe Brady. He's calling the plays. The wide receiver unit got a little banged up after losing their star Stephon Diggs, but they're highlighted by Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman, the rookie out of FSU, but they rely heavily on their tight ends, Dalton Kincaid and that other guy. I'm a Dolphins fan. I'm not expected to know the bad players. I'm sorry. This is going to be all night long. It is Dawson Knox is his name. Handoff again. It's Ray Davis, and Ray Davis will get the first down on a nice little gain of 4. How about the Bills running back unit? Goodbye, James Cook. He wasn't that good anyway. Just saying, peace out. So the Bills have a 67% touchdown percentage in this one. In this season. I say this season. Sean McDermott has 76 career wins, which is the second most in Buffalo Bills history. Speaking of careers, I'll say it after this play. 1st and 10, Allen under center, handoff, Ray Davis. Ray Davis has a hole. Ray Davis! Oh, down at the 1. Ray Davis with a splitting hole right down the middle, and he just takes it almost into the end zone, and the Bills fans are having something to cheer about after that 15-yard run. Great job by number 64. Can't quite see who that was. Get into the second layer quick and fast. I don't know the names. Josh Allen. The Bills are going tush push, and there's a flag. He is nothing. He's a flag. I don't think he got there anyway. I think the Jets did a really nice job stuffing the hole there. We'll see what the flag is. Adrian Hill's our referee tonight in his 6th season as an NFL referee. I feel like we've had him before. Someone should go check the bonds. It was a legal formation on Buffalo. I'm so bad at lip reading. I should turn the sound down. Sean McDermott seems a little confused, but the sideline official is explaining it to him. And he seems perfectly fine with it. So 1st and goal will come back up for the Jets, but this time a little farther back. So I was talking about history. This history is what is going on? It is Josh Allen's 100th game of his career here against the Jets. He's got a great record. 100th career game. Ray Davis has rushed 5 times for 43 yards. They're just going to give it to him again. Ray Davis has the edge, and he is short by a yard again. Just give him the touchdown. Give him the touchdown already. They might as well just hand it off again. I mean, the way this guy's running. He just put his shoulder down and that was close. Yeah, he's 1 yard short, but what an effort. They're just going to run the same play they ran the first time, and it's Josh Allen, and he's in this time. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen on a little quarterback sneak. See about now. 1 yard touchdown run. 6:12 remaining in the first quarter. The Ancient One comes back onto the field right after the commercial break, but Josh Allen getting the push from Ray Davis. Good job of just finding the hole there. I mean, he could have had it if it were hold up. A little bit of a kerfuffle happening at the end zone as the Jets players are swarming around the Bills. A lot of jawing going on. But the refs split it up, all of them. That is a lot of pinstripes. So the Bills cash in on the first touchdown of the game. Josh Allen, 1 yard run, fueled by Ray Davis, out of all people, the guy who I didn't even remember his name at the beginning of this drive, and here he is making a name for himself. The extra point coming for Tyler Bass. And the extra point is almost up, and the extra point is up, and it is good right down the middle. Bills 7, Jets 3. Buffalo trying to take it to 4-2 and send the Jets down to 2-4. How about them Bills? Up 7-3, 6:12 remaining in the first quarter. I hate both of these teams. Yeah, I can't stand either of them. Can't stand either of these teams. So that was a really nice drive for Buffalo. That's probably the most unique drive I've seen from the Bills all game, all season even. Josh Allen only threw one pass. Went for 14 yards. Ray Davis took it 6 times for 48 yards. I mean, that's a new kind of Bills football. I did not see this happening coming into the game. This is not a running team at all. But on that drive, they ran for 61 yards out of their 75. Really was just a beautiful, beautiful performance. And I mean, of course, a nice job by Dalton Kincaid to get that one little reception there. But really impressive. I've not seen quite anything like that from Buffalo in a long time. They haven't been a rushing team since who knows when. I've been watching them for a while. I don't think it's been since Josh Allen showed up that they've had a predominantly better rushing offense. And but it's showing today. We're seeing some good stuff from Buffalo. Ray Davis he's a rookie. He's a rookie out of Kentucky. He's in his 4th round at pick 128. How about that? Huh? Interesting. So the rookie out of Kentucky wears the number 22. Just this year, he's only got 75 yards, but he did have a touchdown, so that wouldn't have been his first. Yeah, I'd never heard of this guy. His touchdown came against the Jaguars in their last Monday Night Football game, which was a complete and utter demolition in their 47-10 win. So maybe looking for something a bit similar today. The Bills have either won pretty or lost badly. They won a really tight game against Arizona. That was the one exception. They won pretty against Miami on TNF, won pretty against the Jaguars on MNF, and then got absolutely creamed by the Ravens on SNF VOD down in the live section of this channel. And then they lost a tight one badly to the Texans in a clock management game where Sean McDermott didn't look like the right guy to be the coach of the Bills in all certainty. But, I mean, the Bills haven't had the right guy in a while. I mean, the only way you can really tell if they have a good coach is if anyone ever makes it past the divisional round. And wait, that's not them. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have fun with Buffalo. Nice little trick there by the kick returner. He kneeled in the end zone, but not before he put the ball in between his legs and spun it around. That was very impressive. So Todd Downing was named the offensive play caller on Thursday for the Jets after the firing of Robert Saleh and demotion of Nathaniel Hackett. Coach Rodgers probably not happy about the Nathaniel Hackett demotion, but he's working through it. They scored on their first drive. He went 3 of 4 of 38 yards on that opening drive, but they're still down by 4. Let's see what Todd Downing and his offense can dial up here on the second drive for the Jets. 86 in motion. Rodgers, handoff to Breece Hall. That'll go for about 3 yards on the play. Who's 86? I'm looking for 86. Bear with me. Okay, he does not exist. I'm going to assume that it was 89. That was Jeremy Ruckert. Wilson in motion. Screen to Breece Hall. Breece Hall's going to have the first down and a little bit more. He's in the open field, and he'll be taken down by Damar Hamlin at the 45-yard line at Buffalo. A well-designed play, and Jeff Ulbricht's liking what he's seeing. Chewing some gum on the sideline. Old-fashioned, I like it. Nice little play design there. Breece Hall just showing off that impressive speed, and Damar Hamlin, good for him getting that tackle on that one. Great job by setting the screens there on the blocks. Alan Lazard was held a little, if I'm being perfectly honest. He had a little bit of grip on the horse collar there. But 1st and 10 anyway, coming from the Buffalo 45. Rodgers under center. It'll be play action. And I don't even know what's happening. And it's a dump off to the tight end Ruckert. And Ruckert will somehow go for 7 yards. It almost looked like the play wasn't happening. Everything was going in slow motion for a while there. It looked like Aaron Rodgers was going to spike it at the floor because he heard a whistle or something. I guess that's just his old man hearing. He thought he heard a whistle. It was a naked bootleg that just didn't look all that bootleg. And he just ended up dumbing it down to his blocker, Jeremy Ruckert. And that didn't go very far. 2nd and 2 coming up for the Jets. Ruckert in motion. Rodgers looks like he might be changing the play up after seeing the defense. 2nd and 2. And it'll be a shovel to Braylon Allen, who will get a nice little gain of 6 or so on the play, which will bring them the first down and the ball at about the Bills' 32-yard line. Braylon Allen has been a bit of a problem for Breece Hall this year. He's 20 years old. He had 35 rush touchdowns in his last 3 seasons at Wisconsin, which is the 4th most in the FBS during that time. And he's the 4th-round pick in the 2024 draft, 134th overall, just behind Ray Davis, fascinatingly enough. So a battle of the 4th-round running backs. It is 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, play action. Rodgers rolls to his right, more like walks to his right with a cane and a walking stick and misses not one but two of his wide receivers and basically just throws it out of bounds, trying to get to Mike Williams and Alan Lazard. I mean, that was probably one of the worst scrambles I've ever seen. He basically walked to the right. The Bills got to bring the house, in my opinion. They just got to go at him. I mean, why not? Mike Williams, in his 8th season, his first with the Jets, he spent his first 7 with the Chargers. He's been a bit injury plagued. He missed most of last season with a torn ACL. But this season, he's got 10 receptions for 145 yards, but no TDs. 2nd and 10 from the 31. Handoff, Breece Hall. Breece Hall has a hole. Breece Hall breaks a tackle. It's a foot race. And he's down at the 5. Whew. And Bernard had to make the tackle on that one. It was a foot race between Breece Hall and Bernard. And Breece Hall almost won it. But Bernard just trips him up. Whew. Great job breaking a tackle there. And then getting to the edge. Bernard was lucky there. Very lucky that wasn't a breakaway. Again, really nice play call. I'm liking what Todd Downing's cooking up for the Titans. Aaron Rodgers, it's Conklin in motion. Hand off to Braylon Allen, not that time. Right up the middle, only a gain of 1 on the play. 2:40 remaining here in this wonderful first quarter. So, I'm feeling especially sarcastic today. 2 of my least favorite teams facing off on Monday Night Football. I wish I had been to that Commanders-Ravens game. It would have been so much more fun. But it just wasn't available, which is not fun. And then I was just exhausted for the London game. And it was terrible anyway. So Aaron Rodgers, play action. Rodgers looking towards the end zone. He's got nothing under a bit of pressure, and that is tipped and almost caught by Alan Lazard. He wanted the PI on Bernard, but won't get it. There was a little handsy by Bernard there, I will say. 3rd and goal coming up for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers shrugging it off and saying, maybe next time. He had the play action there, and he had all day. I mean, the Bills have to bring the pressure. It got tipped. There was a little bit of a hold there at the end. It was big man number 90, Carter. There was a bit of PI, not much, but a bit of PI. They could have called that. 3rd and goal. Play clock winding down. It's at 3, 2, 1, and they'll get it off. Rodgers looking to his left. Rodgers will have to scramble with it. He darts one into the back of the end zone. It's caught. Incomplete, they're saying, to Garrett Wilson. I thought he had that. Garrett Wilson arguing with the referee. They're calling it 4th and goal. I thought that was a touchdown. Let's see that again. It was a nice throw. He's got both feet in. Oh, that might be a touchdown. I think that's a touchdown. I think that's the Jets TD. But the question is, did the knee come down out of bounds first? Oh, that's really close. I think they're going to send this one to review. It might be a touchdown. It kind of looks like a touchdown to me. That kind of looks like the Jets touchdown. The ref was right there, though. I'm going to unmute it for a second. It's a touchdown. Touchdown Jets. Garrett Wilson with the back toe tap. And so Aaron Rodgers and the Jets cash in. Todd Downing getting on 10 points here in the first quarter. Not a bad scoring quarter. This is what I wanted. This is what I've been asking for. I didn't voice it. I didn't voice it this game, and that's why it's happening. I've been saying all the way since week 3 that I wanted a high-scoring game that's close, and we're already at 10-7. At this rate, the final score is going to be 40-28. Statistically speaking, it's never going to happen. But the extra point on the way from Greg Zuerlein. And the extra point is up. And it is no good. That was, what? Hold up. Huh? Okay, that was a confusing little extra point. It looked off from every angle that I saw it, but the refs are saying it's good, and the Jets are up 10-7 with 2:01 remaining here in the first quarter. What's up with that? I'm sure that was the right call. Sure, that was the right call there. 10-7, the Jets have the lead. Who I think is going to win? I'm going with Buffalo. I picked the Bills. They're down by 3 right now, but they do get the ball in the next drive. So Jets have had it twice. Bills have had it once. And that was a really impressive drive there by the Jets. And the first drive by Buffalo was also very good. The running game really got going. I'm interested to see where this goes. This one, they're not a historic running team, so it could be interesting to see how this second drive goes for Buffalo. Again, not a big fan of either of these teams, so if I'm being a little less, I'm not mincing my words quite as much as I would with another team. It's because I'm a Dolphins fan watching two of our biggest rivals face off. Speaking of biggest rivals, let's take a look at the Bills' upcoming schedule. They got the Titans next week on the week of 10. Yeah, next Sunday. Should be less than interesting to watch, as the Bills should clean up there with Tennessee. And then they have the Seahawks, a 3-3 team who's been putting up a fight in recent weeks, mostly due to Geno Smith. I was right. I was getting there. Mostly due to Geno Smith. He's been putting on really impressive performances for Seattle. But really, the offense hasn't really lived up to what people have anticipated out of this team. With the biggest one for me is I watched the Dolphins game, and I was not able to turn that one off until I was completely confirmed that it would be a blowout. And it never was until the very end of the game. And I'm like, why is it not a blowout yet? It's because that Seahawks offense struggled that badly. They weren't able to blow out the Broncos. They weren't able to blow out the Patriots. They weren't able to blow out the Dolphins, and that's a 3-0 start. They lost to the Lions, lost to the Giants, and then lost to the 49ers. Not particularly thrilled with how the Seahawks are playing. But then after Seattle, the Bills head at home against Miami. That should be an easy win. However, that's Tua Tagovailoa's return game. Actually, no, the week before that's his return game. But they do get Tua Tagovailoa back for that one. And that just precedes a very challenging schedule for the Bills with the Colts, Chiefs, 49ers, Rams, Lions, and then closing off the season with the Patriots twice and the Jets. So the Jets will kick it back off to the Bills and Josh Allen. And they'll start at their 30-yard line. The Bills' running game on this first drive has been mighty impressive. The tackles have been getting to the second layer quickly, which has been really making up holes for Ray Davis, of all people. Alec Anderson getting a nice little shove into his own offensive lineman, just opening up holes has been the big deal for Buffalo. And then on that sneak, it's just all O-line for Buffalo early. I'm not even giving much credit to the O-line. Give the big men some love. How about that? 61 rush yards and 42 of those before contact, mostly due to that O-line. Josh Allen will throw on the first one. He'll scramble to his right. Allen's just going to end up throwing it away. Nothing there. 2nd and 10 coming up for Buffalo. 1:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Good job by the Jets covering all of his options. Maybe the right call is just running the ball here. It would be really funny if Joe Brady figured out this Jets defense on the very first drive. And he just has to stick with it throughout the entire game. Josh Allen's got 959 yards on the year. I think that's passing. And 8 touchdowns and no interceptions is really good. Ray Davis, the handoff. Davis cuts the edge, but just gets tripped up at the last minute. He'll go for about 4 on the play. So most turnovers versus a single team since 2018. Derek Carr against the Chiefs has 13. Jared Goff against the Bears has 14. And Josh Allen has 18 against these very New York Jets. But he's kept clean so far throughout these first 5 games. He's statistically and historically inaccurate. But he's been pretty good over these first 5 games with his accuracy, really turning up the heat for the Bills offense. And it's Ty Johnson in motion with Allen. Allen trying to get the play call off. Must be loud in MetLife. Play clock winding down. He'll get it off. Allen will drop back on 3rd and 6. It is caught by Curtis Samuel. I thought it was dropped, but Curtis Samuel bobbled and caught it. But he's short. It'll bring up 4th down. And they got a decision to make. It's 4th and 2. They're at about midfield. No, not really. I would punt. They're at their own 38. Let's see. It looked like a bobble. It was a bubble, but he did come down with it. So the Bills will punt it away, 4th and 2. So that'll give us Sam Martin returning to and punting away to Xavier Gibson, the punt returner for the Jets. And Martin, the former Jet, will punt it off. And it's a good punt, but it'll bounce at the 1 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Out come the New York Jets with 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter, up 10-7. Todd Downing's offense doing their job well. They might be doing their job well, but that's not great for the Dolphins. So if the Jets are good now what? The Jets really do need a win, though, big time. Oh, man, I'm supposed to be drinking this, keeping me awake. We're back from MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands of New Jersey. As Aaron Rodgers takes the field tonight on their 2 drives in the first quarter, they've cashed in 10 points, 124 yards, which is the most since 2022. 7 first downs is 7.8 yards per play. So this first quarter has been historic for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers is 6 of 9 for 72 and a TD early on in this one. He's having a great start. I mean, 72 yards, that's about as old as he is. Could be a free play for Rodgers, and he knows it. He launches codes deep. He's got him out. It's dropped, and there's a pass interference. And he might have been a free play anyway, but he's going to get the yards even without the completion. It was such a good throw. Put it right in his hands, but that's going to be incomplete, but a pass interference penalty on the Bills secondary on Russell Douglas, the former Green Bay Packer. Garrett Wilson seemed a bit shaken up on the play. He seems all right now. Let's see the penalty. Oh, it was a legal formation on the Jets. And then pass interference, and it offsets. So I was not correct about Rodgers having the free play. I think Rodgers thought he had the free play as well. He just launched it up there. I see. Yeah, he was off. He was too far forward. And Garrett Wilson, there was definitely a lot of PI there by Russell Douglas and Bernard on that one. So Garrett Wilson was a little shaken up. He'll stay in the game, it looks like he will. And the Jets will just revert back to their 1st and 10 status. Aaron Rodgers doing his cadence, his luxurious cadence, so I've heard. I mean, old age does that sometimes. Aaron Rodgers handoff to Breece Hall. Breece Hall swallowed up in the backfield for a loss of 1. Nice defense by the Bills. And that'll take us to the end. I'm waiting. 3, 2, 1 of the first quarter. The Jets lead 10-7 over the Buffalo Bills in New Jersey. Aaron Rodgers, coordinator, and new head coach Jeff Ulbrich managed to get a stop on that Bills offense as they head fresh into the second quarter. What a game. Now would be a great time to type anything in the chat. I'm not doing anything. I'm not busy. I'm just watching 2 really bad teams. Nah, they're decent teams. I just don't like them. Go Dolphins, fins up. I am staying mostly impartial, I think. I think I'm doing a pretty good job considering, at least while the game's on. I'm not in commentator mode when it's off. Hey, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. So the Bills have a interestingly schedule. I'll give my prediction for their schedule right now. How about that? Since no one's here. So right now they're 3-3. I still think they can pull this one out of the bag. 4-3. They're going to beat the Titans 5-3. They're going to beat the Seahawks 6-3. Beat the Dolphins 7-3. Lose to the Colts. That's my surprising one. Taking them 7-4. They're going to lose the Chiefs and 49ers, bringing them to 7-6, which is a lot less impressive. They beat the Rams 8-6. They lose to the Lions 8-7. beat the Patriots twice, 10-7, and then beat the Jets again, 11-7. Not bad. I feel like I did the math wrong. They'll have a record. What does that mean? What was my good call? The record? Meanwhile, the Jets season is a little different. They got the Patriots and Steelers in their most recent. They have the Steelers next week and then the Patriots after that. We're taking on the Texans, Cardinals, Colts, Seahawks, Dolphins, Jags, Rams, Bills, and then the Dolphins again. Let's take a look. So I have them losing today, which brings their record to 2-4. I have them losing to the Steelers, 2-5, beating the Patriots, 3-5. Losing to the Texans, 3-6. Beating the Cardinals, I'm losing track, 3-6, 4-6. Beating the where was I? I was at the Cardinals. They're 3-6. They beat the Colts, unlike the Bills, so 4-6. Let's go with lose, 3-7. They beat the Dolphins the first time, 4-7. They beat the Jaguars, 5-7. Lose to the Rams, 5-8. This is totally wrong. Count-wise, 5-9, and then they lose to the Dolphins. 5. Yeah, I missed a game somewhere along the line. Story is they're not making the playoffs. Sorry, they lost their coach. They're not making the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers flings one over to Allen Lazard, who somehow makes the catch, and with a nice little dangerous extension, he'll get about 5 yards in the play. Allen Lazard wrapped up immediately, and then a dangerous extension. He could have had a fumble there very easily. 3rd and 5 coming up for Buffalo. Sorry for New York. I am so distracted. 3, 2, and Aaron Rodgers will get it off. He'll fling one click to Garrett Wilson, and Garrett Wilson will go for about a gain of 20 on the play. 1st and 10 coming up for the Jets. Nice little play. Again, they're beating them on the inside. Yeah, I mean, just a little stutter step. Had, I believe, number 7's Taron Johnson. Yep, Taron Johnson looking there. So that was tough. He got him going there. I mean, the Bills are really trying to play the sidelines. They're trying to play the outside game, and the Jets are just going inside. They're saying, use the middle of the field if that's what they're giving us. And Breece Hall said, no, we're not getting there. And the Bills defense stuffs him quickly. They gave it to Breece Hall, and he was just wrapped up in seconds. But he does somehow manage to get a generous yard. 2nd and 9 coming up for the New York Jets. Then again, that's the best you can give them. They're the Jets. This is fun. Let's do it again sometime. I hope not. Garrett Wilson's got 339 yards on the year and 3 touchdowns for the Jets. 2 men in the backfield. It's Conklin in motion. Hand off to Hall on the jet sweep, and he's brought down by Bernard deep in the backfield. That was basically a sack. Bernard, he says, give me some ankles. He says, what do I eat for breakfast? Breece Hall's ankles. I mean, he was just gunning for his ankles there. He had one shot, and he got both of them clean. What a tackle in the backfield. Give me some ankles. Look like it could be a supervillain. Bernard, the ankle biter. Like a little piranha. This is fun. 3rd and 14 after that big 5-yard loss for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers has to pass. They're finally putting the pressure, and it's dropped. Looks like it might have been, yeah, it was definitely a forward, but it was a shovel. So there was a potential, but the Jets do come up with it. So it's incomplete. But 4th and 14, the Bills defense gets off the field fast. Aaron Rodgers, he was going to give it to Braylon Allen there, tries to shovel it to him, and Allen just can't reel it in. Good job of the Bills bringing the pressure. That's how you got to beat him. He's an old man. He's got more years than passing yards in this game, 76 yards, which means he's like, 77? Sounds about right. 4th and 14 coming up for the Jets. Thomas Morstead, the former Miami Dolphin, and I believe also New Orleans Saints, punting this one off. It is fair, caught by the Bills at the 20-yard line. There is a flag on that punt. 12:06 remaining here in the first half. Jets lead by 3. Josh Allen getting the ball back. We'll see what the call is. Holding offense. So it'll be on the Bills, which will push him back a little ahead of Josh Allen's drive. The Jets own the lead, 10-7, but the Buffalo Bills are walking on the field. And out comes Josh Allen coming up after this. After this short message from nobody. Absolutely nobody. Let me try the Jets schedule again. The math didn't work last time. So right now, if I'm correct, let me count. I have to count at this point. 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3. So after this one, I believe they're going to be 2-4. Then they have the Steelers. I'm going 2-5. Patriots 3-5. Texans 3-6. Cardinals 4-6. Colts, I have them winning that one 5-6. Lose to the Seahawks 5-7. Beat the Dolphins 6-7. Beat the Jaguars 7-7. Lose to the Rams. That's a shocking one, but I think it's a good one. 7-8. Lose to the Bills 7-9. Then lose to the Dolphins the second time 7-10. That's much better. Nice and even. So the Bills go 10-7. The Jets go 7-10, and the Dolphins land anywhere between 6-11 and 9-8. It could be anywhere. Who's the best player so far in the game? Statistically, or in my opinion? Because statistically, the answer is Aaron Rodgers. But in my opinion, the one who's really been a standout so far has been Ray Davis for the Bills. That opening drive really put his name out into the world. He's a rookie out of Kentucky, so I think it's been really impressive to see him run that first drive there, basically on his own. They're doing a plug-in for their Prime Video game, the Broncos taking on the Saints. I know this might be surprising, but the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints is the game I'm commentating next week. It's already decided. There's no question about it. We're heading to Caesars Superdome. Let's go ahead and type it in the chat for those that are coming later. We are going to be all proper. In proper writing, we don't use contractions, so says Microsoft Word. We're commentating on Broncos Saints for Thursday. I can spell Thursday. I can't spell Thursday. I can do it. I I can't spell Thursday. Thursday night. What's wrong with me? I'm just having like. Is that not how you spell Thursday? So confused. Handoff is to Ray Davis. Speaking of Ray Davis, and that's going nowhere. He's stuffed in the backfield for a loss of about 1 on the play. Of course, it says Friday. Let's say Friday. It's a mysterious beeping sound. I'm sure it'll go away. I think it's the dishwasher, actually. So 2nd and 10 coming up for Buffalo. Second and 10 from their own 9. Josh Allen drops back to pass under a lot of pressure, in safety trouble. He'll get out of the end zone, and there is a flag on the play, but he'll launch one deep. He's got Davis. He caught it. A 50-yard lob to Ray Davis. Josh Allen working miracles in the backfield. What a play there. Wow. That was an incredible show. I spelled Thursday right. What is wrong with this thing? Is it because I didn't capitalize it? It is. That's annoying. Click. All right, that's what's happening. For those that are coming in late, that's what we're commentating next week, Thursday Night Football, right here in the Exponential. 1st and 10, the penalty was moot. There's another flag, but that Ray Davis thing certainly counted. So the Bills are rolling. There's a false start on Buffalo. She'll push him back a bit. Sorry, that was loud. False start on 73 on the left side. And Josh Allen just making miracles happen there, rolling out of the pocket and then delivering an absolute dime to Ray Davis, who somehow managed to catch that. I mean, when a quarterback puts it in your hands, I mean, when it's that good of a throw, you have to make it count. Fantastic. 1st and 15, handoff as Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson storms through the Jets defense for a gain of 12 or 13 on the play. A beautiful little run. 10:30 remaining here in this half. Just a great job by the Bills, just making the defensive line part like the Red Sea there. Really nice job there. And again, it's going to go to Ty Johnson. He'll get an easy pickup of 7 on the play. 7 or 8. 10:10 remaining here in the first half. I'm trying to do it more like radio, so I have to say that clock more, in case you're wondering. So the Bills offensive coordinator, Joe Brady, took over midway last season. Their offense significantly went on the uphill after his hiring and Ken Dorsey's firing. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line, handoff. It's Ty Johnson going nowhere. Well, maybe going somewhere. Got a gain of about 1 or 2 after the late push by the offensive line. They're doing their own Joe Brady thing. I was about to do my own. I'm glad I don't have to do any of that. So Joe Brady in 2020 through 2021, he was the Panthers offensive coordinator. In 2022, he started as the Bills quarterback coach. In 23, he was the interim offensive coordinator after Ken Dorsey's firing. Took a big turn uphill for the Bills, and now he's the full-time offensive coordinator. I mean, that's what you got to do. Get to the interim and then keep that tag. 2nd and 8 for the Bills. Josh Allen will drop back to pass under a bit of duress again. He'll get out doing some more magic, and he'll take a shot, but still get about 2 yards in the play. Didn't have anyone open downfield. Has to go one-on-one with a linebacker. And wins, mostly. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Bills. .8:40 remaining here in the first half. Josh Allen in the huddle here on 3rd and 6. It's getting loud here at MetLife Stadium ahead of 3rd down. The Bills have run the ball 14 times and only decided to throw 4. It's because, well, I mean, at least twice Josh Allen's just done nothing but scramble around before going out of bounds. And Allen will flick one in close to Khalil Shakir, who goes for about a gain of 8 or 9 on the play. That was a low pass by Allen, but Shakir manages to reel it in and get a few extra yards. Khalil Shakir missed last week against the Texans with an ankle injury. He's the 5th-round pick in 2022 out of Boise State, but he's back this one. And he was missed. He was their home run threat. He's kind of like the Rashid Shaheed of the Buffalo Bills. He always finds himself deep somehow, and Josh Allen's always hitting him. Josh Allen's got 69 yards on 4 of 5 for 3 rush yards and a rushing touchdown. Allen, a lot of eye candy by Allen, and he'll just throw a quick one completely out of the realm of Dawson Knox, but there's a flag. It'll be pass interference. I mean, it was pretty obvious. I mean, when a player's leg is almost by the other player's helmet, most of the time it's pass interference. Yeah. Yeah, it was 56. He got a little handsy with him, prevented the route, and then got a little over him. I mean, yeah, okay. There was more interfering with the route at the beginning, and I think that's when Allen threw it, was when the interference. Yeah, he had his arm around him. That's pass interference. They're going to call that every time. Easy call by the refs. That was, in fact, pass interference. 1st and goal coming up for Buffalo at the New York 10-yard line in this battle of different sides of New York, although Buffalo's arguably Canada. Handoff to Ray Davis. That'll only go for about 2 or 3 yards on the play. 2nd and goal coming up for Buffalo. I like making that joke because the Bills don't like that. They're basically Canada. The only thing that's separating them are some really famous waterfalls. 2nd and goal. The Bills have a 67% red zone touchdown percentage, which is tied for 6th best in the NFL. Josh Allen at the 8-yard line. Keon Coleman in motion. Play clock winding down. Allen gets it off. Will drop back. He airs one out for it just misses Curtis Samuel off his fingertips. Curtis Samuel got hit at the start of his route. Great job by the Jets interfering with the route early, so not to get the penalty, but getting in. That's how you beat the Dolphins too, Tyreek Hill. Anyone that's got exceptional speed, you hit him early. Samuel was actually coming out of the backfield. And the cornerback, actually, there was no hit there. That was just Samuel having to stutter step around Davis and not being able to pick up speed in enough time to get the ball. There was no hit. It looked like there was hit, but it was just a stutter step. 3rd and goal from the 8. Allen. All alone. He'll take the snap and he'll flick one in. He's got a man. Touchdown, Buffalo. Mac Hollins. He was wide open. Blown coverage by the Jets. Mac Hollins, 8 yards. Too easy. And the Bills having a bit of that team celebration. Oh, flexing those muscles. Yeah, he's strong. Thin but strong. Like me. Mac Hollins, number 13. Oh, the linebackers blew it. They just were not deep enough. Mac Hollins was all over that. Interesting choice on defense, not playing as far back as the end zone. They played 2 yards out of the end zone. They were expecting him to throw underneath. It was underneath zone, and they just went overhead. That was an easy touchdown for Buffalo. Mac Hollins just had to beat one guy, and he was all alone. I am not sure what happened there, but a complete shanking of an extra point. That wasn't even, it didn't, I could kick better than that. No, like, if you were looking at it, it was a good hold. It was blocked. Oh, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. And the extra point was blocked by the Jets. And so the JETSs are only down by 1, 2, 3 points. So the Bills are back on top. To be expected. The Jets defense needs to be playing better than this. They're one of the best, and their defense hasn't really changed other than the fact that they're without their defensive star head coach, Robert Saleh. But, it's just a head coach. What difference will that make? Josh Allen's 5 of 7 for 77 yards and a touchdown. He's looking really nice. And, of course, Ray Davis has just under 100 yards in this one. Got 96. He's had fun. He's had fun. This has been kind of a breakout game through 1.5 quarters, I guess. So 96 yards. Next time they get the ball, he's inevitably going to get those 4 more. He's had a great start to this game. 9 carries, 54 yards. Then in the receiving game, 1 reception for 42 on that magical play by Josh Allen. Really, it seems like Ray Davis might just take over in the end for our good buddy and pal James Cook, who we don't really like all that much, especially not after he completely bullied Miami back way back in week number 2. That was not fun, him and his 3 touchdowns. But at this point, it's kind of looking like he hasn't been good enough to keep his job by week 6, and that was his only good game heading into this one. And now it's just been Ray Davis's game. I can talk really close and be nice and quiet. You never see it coming. I'm just over here. Hello. I'm very close to the mic. I just was leaning forward to see, but I guess this works too. So the quarterbacks tonight, Aaron Rodgers is 8 of 12 for 91 yards and a touchdown, and Josh Allen's just about equal with 5 of 7 for 77 yards and a touchdown, but he's got a rushing touchdown on top of that. Bills have been arguably better, but the Jets are sticking around. Their offensive play callings looked pretty good. It's better than it's been all year, in my opinion. There's been some nice little looks from the Jets offense that we haven't seen those kind of being able to read what kind of coverage it is. They used to be very stick to the plan. And this is returnable for the Jets in the new dynamic kickoff. There's been a few returns. It's a nice one. He'll get to about the 35. He'll break another tackle and get to about the 37-yard line. A nice return for the New York Jets. Talking so fast. Ding, 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 ding. Aaron Rodgers has the most passing touchdowns in the NFL since 2008. And Josh Allen has the most pass and rushing touchdowns in the NFL since 2019. These two quarterbacks are rocking out. These, no matter how old they are, one of them may be or may not be over 80 years old, while the other one is still in the prime of his career. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. It's a handoff to Braylon Allen, not going anywhere. The Jets can't get their running game going early on here in this one. 6:40 remaining in the first half. Not really as early long as I thought. We got a fast-moving game on our hands, folks. At this rate, I might be asleep by 5. 2nd and 10 for the Jets's. I'm going to say that all day long. Not when they score a touchdown, only to make fun of them, of course. 2nd and 10 from the 38.5. It's Wilson in motion. Fakes the jet sweep to Wilson, and Rodgers will throw deep. He's got a man. It's Breece Hall down inside the Buffalo yard line, and he flips the field to the Buffalo 38-yard line. And the Jets are putting together another one. Slow it down. Let's just slow it down a bit. Just a bit. We do not. Okay, so hear me out. I could be a head coach. They got us. That was a good play. You're already there. Slow it down. You know, we don't need those big chunk plays. Flea flicker. Forget what I said, and he's sacked. The flea flicker failed. The flea flicker completely failed, and he just got swamped. So Todd Downing dipping into his bag of tricks, and he is absolutely swamped thanks to the beast of, I believe that's Ed Oliver. But that could just be my bad. No, it's Daquan Jones, the even bigger man. Daquan Jones. I want to see if that's the same Daquan Jones that I met not that long ago. It is not. I had an interview with a Daquan Jones, but it is not that Daquan Jones. 2nd and 17, play clock at 1. Rodgers gets it off. He'll throw a quick one to Garrett Wilson, who makes one man miss, and he'll try to reverse the field, and he'll get back to the original spot for about a gain of 7. So the Jets put himself back in the field goal range, but it'll be 3rd and 10 coming up for the New York Jets. They both play in New York, okay? Except for the Jets, they play in New Jersey. The Bills are the only true New York team around here. That'll get on any Jets fans' nerves. .420 remaining here in the first half. 3rd and 10 for the New York Jets. Garrett Wilson's got all 5 of his targets so far, and he's got for 54 yards. One more yard, and it would have been perfect. There's a heavy motion by number 78 on the offense. Like he was way early. Looks like Aaron Rodgers' deep cadence went a little too good on Morgan Moses. Morgan Moses coming over from Baltimore, where he had the majority of his career. 3rd and 15, so backing them up another 5 yards. Not great. Not in a great situation. Snap to pass, 1.80 seconds. Snap to pass, 1.27 seconds for Aaron Rodgers. He's been faster than Tua Tagovailoa out there with those releases. It's 3rd and 15, coming up for the Jets. Play clock's at 5. He'll snap it under a bit of pressure. 57 comes on the edge. He's got him again. Down goes old man Rodgers. And that pushes them right out of field goal range. Now, A.J. Epinesa showing off that speed. He's a great edge rusher. He just puts a nice little move on Smith and just nails Aaron Rodgers. He'll be feeling that one tomorrow. These old bones probably broke something there. People call me old. He's like way older. He's in his 80s, at least. He just keeps getting older. And here's another punt from Thomas Morstead. 4th and 23. They would have been in field goal range most likely with those extra 13 yards It would have been a 51-yarder, but still in range. So Thomas Morstead will try and pin him deep. Oh, and it's just like 1 yard into the end zone. So a big play by A.J. Epinesa gets the Jets off the field without any points. And the Bills are back with the ball with a chance to double up before halftime. 2:49 before and after halftime because they deferred the Jets, which means in a best case scenario, the Bills are up 27-10. That's a big lead there. That's only best case scenario. We'll see if they can pull that one off. All right. It's time to take a look at our analytically speaking. Let's see what we've got. What are our standout performances? Brought to you by absolutely nothing. Ray Davis for the Buffalo Bills has been racking up the yardage. He's got 96 yards on 10 touches. He's been on that first drive of the day for the Buffalo Bills. He's been rolling for the Buffalo Bills. He's been rolling those legs on 10 touches. One of them was a receiving, which was mostly Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things, but he delivered, and that man was Ray Davis. Josh Allen's been spreading it around. He's gotten it to 5 different receivers on 5 different throws that have gone for a completion. He's only targeted one person more than once, and that's Curtis Samuel. And Josh Allen's spreading it about, but Ray Davis has been the standout player throughout this first half so far. But on the other side of things, the New York Jets have struggled to get the running game going. So they've had to rely on a little guy we call Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's been massive today for the Jets. He's got that 1 touchdown. He's got 5 receptions for 54 yards on 5 targets. He's caught everything. If you're put it anywhere in a vicinity of him, he'll catch it. You can put it in the New York Police Department, and he'll run out of the building and somehow still manage to catch it all the way from New Jersey. That's a fun line for those that know. MetLife Stadium is not in New York. Yeah, that means both the Jets and the Giants are fakes. They're scams. They're not really the New York Giants or the New York Jets. They're the New Jersey Giants and the New Jersey Jets, which sounds so much better. Just saying. It sounds so much better. The New Jersey Jets. Look over that. How about just the Jersey Jets? That's pretty good too. Oh, speaking of some pretty good too, the college football games this Saturday are going crazy. How about that SEC football? We got the Georgia Bulldogs taking on the Texas Longhorns on College game day. Whew, that game shouldn't even be legal. And then the Alabama Crimson Tide take on the Tennessee Volunteers. 1 second, Josh Allen drops back pass. He'll give Ray Davis those extra 6 yards. In fact, he'll get 8. And Ray Davis caps 100 yards on a nice little screen. Aaron Rodgers on that flea flicker lost him the yards the first time. He got him back on a pass, and then A.J. Epinesa says, I think I'll take those yards back. Thank you very much. And he gets the second. Aaron Rodgers in a bit of pain on the bench on that one. Maybe got a bit of a headache. Oh, old men get those. He just looks frustrated at this point. He's been sacked twice. He's got a 71% completion percentage, which is not bad. 122 yards and a touchdown. I completely forgot what my train of thought was. Oh, yeah, Alabama and Minnesota. Handoff, Ray Davis. Ray Davis goes for about 10 yards of the play. Nice run. Ray Davis is moving those legs early. Or was that? Yeah, this Saturday, Alabama, Tennessee is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to that one. As the Vols are bringing, I guess, the heat. But I'll talk about that right after I do this quick plug-in, because the Buffalo Bills have just taken it on that Ray Davis run to the 2-minute warning. The Bills lead 13-10. Ray Davis, the star, and Garrett Wilson close behind. The Bills lead the Jets 13-10. 2-minute warning. Nice. Liking what we're seeing. So, yeah, Nico Iamaleava. I said that right the first time. That's correct. Nico Iamaleava is the quarterback of the Tennessee Volunteers. He was really good through the first few games for the Vols, but then has really struggled over these last 2. He really needs a big game against Alabama. This one could decide who makes the playoffs, who makes the college football playoff picture. And Alabama, Jalen Milroe has been really good through the first few games, but then these last 2, they came off of a huge win against the Georgia Bulldogs, but then they lost big time against Vanderbilt in a game that they should have won by at least 20-something. and then only won by 1 point against the South Carolina team who's been looking to upset quite a few people, but also they needed to win that one by 20-something. They've needed to put those that was a weird commercial. Man, some of these commercials, I'm just watching them. I have no idea what's happening. I'm like, what is that? It's really weird when you can't hear the sound because you don't know what they're talking about. It's just like, what's going on here? I'm like, did they realize that that's really weird? Anyway, so yeah, that one should be a really good one. Both Alabama and Tennessee need a rebound, and it really could determine which of them ends up going all the way into the college football playoff. And then Georgia and Texas. It's illegal. It should not happen ever in a regular season. It's just not possible. That's like game of the year. Like it should not be allowed. Like it's just that good. Texas should not be playing SEC schools. It's just too good a football. I'm like, that's not fair. You get one of the best teams in the country over the last few years to play one of the best teams in the country over the last few years? Like, how is that possibly legal? Like, they need to arrest whoever made the game on the schedule, because that's dirty. Wow. Insanity. Chris Berman's fastest 3 minutes. This entire thing is Chris Berman's fastest 3 minutes. I talk too fast. 2-minute warning. Bills at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Bills are moving, but they're taking their time. They do receive the second half kickoff, so with the chance to double up before the half. Josh Allen under pressure. He somehow evades the sack. He'll just take it himself, and he'll get about 6, and he'll get out of bounds. Only wasting 7 seconds and gets about 7 yards. Nice little run there. 2-minute drill. They're going, taking their time. They're being calm. They don't have anything to rush right now. I tried a 2-minute drill when I was out playing ball over here for a little bit, and they're not easy. Especially when I was like the only one targeted. I got targeted 5 times in that 2-minute drill, and I had to go get the ball every time and run it back really quickly. This is always in bounds. Quick screen to Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid comes a yard short. Dalton Kincaid's going to have to do that exact thing. Thankfully, a flag will stop the play. Let's see what the call is. It's looking like it might be on number 23, or perhaps was a hold on number 23. Also could have been a illegal screen. Excuse me. We'll see what the call is here. He's not doing any hand motions. Okay, nothing happened. Clock started on his signal, I guess. 1:48 to go. 3rd and 1 coming up for Buffalo. I have no idea what happened on that play. Sound hurts. Yeah, sound hurts me. I need to be able to hear. 3rd and 1. Oh, I have no idea what's happening. The refs are pausing play yet again for something. With 1:39, so they wasted 4 seconds to pause the clock again. Sean McDermott and Jeff Ulbrich both look equally confused on the sideline. And that's mostly just like, what are they doing? Which I'm pretty much the same way. What are they doing? Okay, so it was a clock issue. The play clock has been set back to 1:49 and 40 seconds of the play clock. 3rd and 1. So they'll end up snapping it at about that point anyway. What is the call here? They're just going to sneak it, and they will. So they're just playing it safe, not really rushing. They're like a minute and a half is plenty of time. They're just walking up to the line. Sorry. 1st and 10, trying to get everyone set. Minute 20. Clock is ticking. And the snap, it's going to be a pass. Allen's looking deep to his right side. He's heavily interfered with, but no flag. There's the flag. Pass interference. Heavily interfered with, holding him the entire way and not looking back. that heavy interference. I mean, you know it's bad when the people from the TV can see it from the zoomed out. Heavy pass interference. So the Bills looking good. I mean, that was just kind of like a put it so far ahead of him that if he gets there, fantastic. But if he draws the PI, even better. He had his left arm. And there was a little bit of a hold by Matt Collins, but he really saw that was actually kind of tricky of Matt Collins. It was not a good throw. So that's something that could be looked into later, is that may have very well been uncatchable. Josh Allen puts a screen to Curtis Samuel, was bumped immediately. Hi, Firecar, what's up? I'm doing Jets Bills, sadly, as a Dolphins fan. It's not fun. Curtis Samuel got bumped, and Reed loses his helmet and then gets bumped by his own player, and Curtis Samuel does get out of bounds. A weird situation there. Not quite sure what happened. But the Jets player does seem fine, and he does have his helmet back. So Josh Allen's at the 28.5-yard line. Josh Allen drops back to pass, and he'll zip one in. Ooh, that was close. Almost dropped by Dalton Kincaid. They got to go quickly. They could just call timeout. And they will not. They will. They did call. Well, I mean, there's stuff to be optimistic about for New Orleans. Spencer Rattler played very well for a first start. I mean, your defense was awful, but I mean, there was some good looking stuff. I think there's a lot to be proud of. I think Clint Kubiak did a really nice job trying to snap the ball. They got him. They got the too many men on the field on that one, and he'll just toss one into the end zone, and he's just like, whatever. But they got the too many men on the field penalty. The big man could not get off the field fast enough. Great job by Josh Allen getting the center to snap that really fast. So they'll get the extra yardage there. You know, I definitely think there's a lot to be excited about in New Orleans with Spencer Rattler. The defense, not so much. It's not the Saints' year, mostly because of that defense. But I think the relationship that Clint Kubiak has with Spencer Rattler so far is looking really nice. It was a very impressive game for a rookie. He's got all the swagger that it takes to be an NFL quarterback. Yeah, so there was too many men on the field on the Jets. Defensive lineman couldn't get off in time. And Josh Allen, really great job getting the ball to snap. I mean, he could have been a little more accurate with his pass because it didn't matter. He saw him. But he kind of just lobbed one in the back of the end zone. Like, it doesn't matter where I throw it. It's just free yards. I mean, I would have tried to throw a touchdown. There also could have been a bit of pass interference as well. On number 22, there's a bit of hand fighting there. The Jets defense this season has accepted 21 penalties, second most in the NFL, probably to the Dolphins. And the Bills will have it at the 11-yard line with 45 seconds to go. Hand off to Ray Davis. And Ray Davis, he just keeps on moving. He'll get about 4 yards in the play. So we'll do that. Yeah, I mean, it's sad. It's kind of like the Dolphins last year, where it's like, I miss September. Except you guys just miss half of September. Yeah, it's a shame. I really like Clint Kubiak. I liked him in Minnesota. I like him in New Orleans. Spencer Rattler looked really good, but that defense is just not great. I do watch other sports, quite a few actually. Test my knowledge. How dare you test my knowledge? I do all kinds of sports. I just haven't felt the need to commentate on anything because I haven't gotten any suggestions. I mean, if you ever want me to commentate on something, go ahead. I mean, World Series might as well. If I can find it. So the Bills just took a timeout. They're up 13-10 inside the Jets' 10-yard line. 39 seconds to go here in the second quarter. here before halftime. Bills are really rolling. And I'm RSquared. I'm your host here on the Exponential. They're showing their commentators, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. If you don't particularly care for them, mute them. Come over to me. That is very diverse, my friend. Very diverse. I'll make the joke after this play. 2nd and 6. Dalton Kincaid in motion on the left side. Allen. Under pressure, he'll step up, and Allen will have to lob it away, and he fumbles. But the Bills, oh, no, he doesn't. The Jets will have it. I think the Jets got it. Nope, they're saying the Bills recovered it. Oh, and hearts are palpitating for Bills fans after that one. Josh Allen playing it a little risky there. Oh. And Sean McDermott gets his timeout with 22 seconds left. Yeah, the ball just falls out of Josh Allen's hand. And Dalton Kincaid has it and slips under him. Then it looks like a Bills player still does get on top of it. So you're like, well, you see, I'm from New Orleans at first, but then I moved to New York. I moved to New York with the Yankees and the Knicks and then the Rangers. I'm cool. That's funny. I was from New Orleans, but then I moved to New York. It's more Boston than it. No, this is Boston. That's better. Then the New York, where you got the deep dish. No, that's Chicago. I just insulted entirety of New York by saying deep dish. Sorry. 3rd and 11. 27 seconds. They put 27 seconds on the clock for Buffalo. 3rd and 11. Trying to get the score. Josh Allen under pressure. He'll escape somehow. What? And it scores. That's a touchdown. Touchdown Buffalo. Josh Allen making some movie magic. Touchdown Bills. How did he do that? I just don't understand this guy. As a Dolphins, I just don't get him. How does he do that? There was a sack right in his face, and he just ducks. He just ducks, and the player goes over him, and then he throws a perfectly timed pass, dead center, hits a tight end in the chest, and scores the touchdown. I don't get it. He's absolutely incredible. I can't with Josh Allen. What a throw, too. That's ridiculous. I'm so upset. And the kick from Tyler Bass this time will not be blocked. He's got it. 20-10. The Bills have a 10-point lead, 21 seconds, and they get the ball back after halftime. The doubling up is looking double the chances good. He's ridiculous. It's just he just did the Jets defense so dirty there. I mean, that's it. He can make any defense look awful. Like, he could just make any defense look absolutely disastrous. He bullies teams. He does. I just don't understand how he does that. Like, he just avoided a sack by ducking. He just kind of like, ha-ha, and then throws like a perfect touchdown pass. It doesn't make sense. He's not even human. He's part licorice. Like, he just bends. It's ridiculous. At least you got the Yankees. What about the Knicks? What about the no longer Villanova Knicks? The Villanova Knicks that lasted all of 10 days. What about them? You don't think they're going all the way? So with 21 seconds, the Jets will get the ball back. At halftime, I'm going to go take a break, make myself another drink, maybe try and salvage a snack. And that'll go in the back of the end zone, which will give the Jets a chance to kneel. Yeah. He was so good. I actually really enjoyed watching the Villanova Knicks. Josh Allen's insane. They're showing the replay. I'm like, I can't. There's no stopping him. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I really liked watching the Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, and that other kid. What was his name? Blanking on his name right now. He was their third three-point shooter. The Jets are actually not taking a knee. They're not going down quietly. And Rodgers will drop back, and he'll just dump it down. Perhaps they're going pitchy. No. He'll just dive out of bounds. 7-second play. to do nothing. Oh yeah, it was really fun to watch the Knicks last year, just their 3-point shooting in general. I'm a Heat fan. I have a Jimmy Butler. I mean, they're always good. They're always a fun team to root for. So really, as a Miami sports fan, I can say at least we have everyone but the Dolphins. We got the Panthers. We got the Heat. Heat are good enough, honestly, better than the Dolphins. Out third round, really? But that's still a good run. That's still a good run. Who do they lose to? Rodgers flicks one over the middle to Garrett Wilson, and the Jets will call their last timeout with 8 seconds to go. Yeah, the Celtic Warriors. Yeah, Boston, of course. I mean, yeah, they look really good. I don't want Boston to win again because I like change. I'm kind of glad the Heat didn't make. I'm a Heat fan, but I was kind of like not unhappy. I'm like, oh, they made it like twice in the last 5 years. I don't care. Most successful team that we've had in forever. Now the Panthers are here, having their parade in what looked like a hurricane. But yeah. So the South, I'm looking for one of the teams that I find that continuously goes under the radar are the Pacers. I like what Tyrese Halliburton's doing there. If they get some nice backup for him on the field, then I think he can be really good. Much better. He was kind of a one-man show last year. I think if they get some more support around him, like they did with Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner, they had a little bit, but they need another 3-point shooter there to keep him company. I can do basketball. Yeah. They're just the trio of really bad teams. At least the White Sox doesn't start with a P, because then you could call them the triple Ps of doom. Like the Pistons, the Panthers, and the White Sox. Well, one here is not like the other. Aaron Rodgers on the last play, most likely 7 seconds. Rodgers is just having a ball. He's just launching one to the end zone. He's got the arm strength, and it is. Oh, he didn't catch it. Okay. That was so close. Oh, man. That was so. Whoa, hold up. They're saying touchdown. What? I thought he caught it too, but it was on the ground. Oh boy, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. The Jets scored a touchdown. What? What? Oh, man. What a throw. I thought he caught it. I saw it. I'm like, did he just score? That's crazy. What a throw. That had like 70 air yards on it. Wow. Oh. And the Jets are saying, hey, we don't go down without a bit of a Hail Mary, do we? And that's why you never take a knee with Aaron Rodgers. Oh. And the Jets will not be doubled up on any time. So, I mean, wow. And so the Bills may be up 27 to 27 points when they come back, but they're only up by 10 then. That was crazy ending. Yeah. I remember the Hail Murray as well. Remember that? That was more my time. Oh man, that was very similar to the Hail Murray, just didn't have endgame consequences. That was absolutely ridiculous throw. How did he even pull that off? What a throw. And that was insanity. Man. Wild. Okay. On that wonderful note, we're going into halftime. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. This game's been really good. I finally made the right choice. It's been 6 weeks and I picked the good game. I picked the good game. I wasn't going to, but I picked the good game. Let's go. I'm so excited. I picked the right game. I picked the right game. We're here. We're here for it. All right. Agreed. All right. I'll be back after a short break for halftime. Go get a snack. See you in the second half. Wow. Just wow. Just that's absolutely incredible. Is my mic on? Oh man. I didn't even know that. Ah man, it's not even connected. Ah. Great. All right, thanks, Fire. You heard that, huh? It's okay. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything bad. Hello, I'm back. Thanks for letting me know about the mic thing. You heard nothing. Nothing happened. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just gonna hang around for a while. My mic's apparently not connected. Ah, man. The technology frustrates me. It frustrates me. I hope my sound's at least decent. To say the least, I hope it's decent. Not being particularly picky at this point, as long as it's working. I mean, I can hear myself. It's crazy. I muted the mic, but it's like, it doesn't matter. Technology just decided, it's like the revolution's already happening. Sorry, YouTube, chill. I didn't say anything. You got to see my extra reaction to the Hail Mary. Pretty sure all I said was, wow. No, yeah, I'm so glad I didn't do London. It was such a bad game. I was watching it, but I'm like, this is so bad. Thank you. Anyone in the house play Madden? Anyone? The newest one, of course, the one where they made Christian McCaffrey perfectly mediocre, although he's on the cover. That one. I'm just leaving it on at this point, so I'm just gonna talk because I don't wanna break it. I don't wanna break my computer. Last time I tried to mess with stuff, completely broke. Nice, yeah. Yeah, I've been playing it. I've been having some fun. I had a Packers franchise, made it to the Super Bowl. I made the Packers like insanely overpowered. Josh Jacobs had a record year on the running game, which is like not happening. And I also managed to trade for Mike Evans in like such a good deal too. I traded away some mediocre offensive linemen for Mike Evans. I'm like, this is so unrealistic. Do the Saints? Yeah, maybe. Right? I just did the Steelers recently. I think I just finished like yesterday or 2 days ago. I made the Saints to the Super Bowl. And that squad had Christian McCaffrey, which is the only reason I did it, basically. Was that it was Justin Fields and Christian McCaffrey, and it was like we just ran all over everybody. And then our defense is really good also, because it's the Steelers. And I think I just started a Dolphins franchise, but I'm not sold on it. Because I like making things different. I can go to the Super Bowl with just a normal team because I'm good at the game, but that's boring. That's boring. So I try to get like really good trades, and if the trades are really bad, like who's available, then I like end the season. Then my free agent signings are bad, so I just like I'm done. And then I start with someone else. Yeah, I might go to the Saints. I'll add them into the cycle. I'm cycling between a few teams. I have like this fun little cycle going where I got like I have the Vikings in it, the Ravens in it, the Dolphins, the Eagles. Yeah, and that's it. And it was the Steelers and Packers as well. And then I dumped them. Hey, Pepper, what's up? Welcome. Good to see you. It was crazy. It's a shame. It did look fun though. I think I know what you're talking about. I don't have it, but I know it looks fun. I remember enjoying the general look of it. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting idea. I can see that. Firecar, legendary head coach, 6 Super Bowls. I mean, I just call myself the offensive coordinator and give credit to the coaches. I'm like, I'm just the offensive coordinator who brought Mike Evans to the Packers. Don't worry about it. The second half's about to kick off. Oh, I gotta get the headset back on. Get like a real commentator. We're not just chilling anymore. We were chilling during halftime. We should chill more. I should do that every halftime. Just after I'm done, come back up and chill with the boys or the girls. Chill with the boys. All the fellas. I'm sure some of you have seen that, at least. All right, headset's coming on. And we're back underway at MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands. As the Jets will kick it off, it's returnable for Buffalo, and the Bills will return it, and they are halted at the 21-yard line. Good special teams play by the Jets. So the Bills will start at their 21-yard line. Yeah, game's back already. It felt like a really short 12 minutes. I had time to use the restroom, make a drink, and then I was back up here. We talked about Madden for a bit. And then I was like, that's it. I'm like, that's it. I was super short. It felt 3 minutes shorter. It was the reaction from the Hail Mary, I bet. They had to cut minutes off of halftime because they spent so much time looking at the Hail Mary. Dalton Kincaid in motion. Allen under center. Ray Davis in the backfield. Handoff, play action. Allen looks deep. He's under pressure. He'll scramble. Ooh, that was close. And he delivers to Curtis Samuel, who's going sideways and is trapped up on the right side. What a throw by Josh Allen. It was really close to the line of scrimmage there. Wow, that was crazy. And Josh Allen's so good. It's not even fair. I'm playing him against in fantasy, and I was close to winning this week. I had so many people on bye, but I was so close to winning, and I just needed Josh Allen to have a bad game, but he's not. So Curtis Samuel puts the Bills right back into great position at the 39-yard line. Josh Allen drops back to pass. He throw to Ray Davis. Ray Davis will get about 4 or 5 on the play. What happened to Boatnerd? Boatnerd left. He was angry that I didn't choose his game, the Commanders-Ravens game. It wasn't my fault. They didn't have it. It wasn't available. Blame NFL Network. Great play, actually. It was really close to Josh Allen crossing the line of scrimmage there. I was kind of looking, he was like 1 footstep close. And then he found Curtis Samuel. Magical play again. He's so good. It's not fair. It's not fair that we're in his division. So 2nd and 5. The Bills rolling on this chance to double up. Allen, hand off to Ray Davis. Ray Davis right up the middle. That'll go for, wow, he's moving those legs, taking 3 guys with him. He'll go for 5 yards and a first down. How about them apples? In the Big Apple. Isn't that what this game is called? The Battle of the Big Apple? Something like that. Except only one of them actually plays in the Big Apple. Just saying. Ray Davis is the 2nd player with 50 rushing yards and 50 receiving yards and a half this year. Alvin Kamara of the Saints. How about that? Your team got mentioned. 1st and 10 for the Bills. Josh Allen. Play action. Rolls to his right. Under pressure. He'll throw on the run. He's got Dawson Knox, but that is incomplete. It was a little too far out of bounds for Knox to reel that one in. And so he just dropped it. But there is a flag. There could have been a late hit on Allen. Ulbrich saying it's on the Bills. We'll see what the call is. Ref's currently explaining it to Ulbrich, having to call over the head referee, who I already forgot's name. I think it's Adrian Hill. What? I think they called pass interference on Dawson. They did. Pass interference on Dawson Knox. Okay, yeah. I mean, he did it, but he did. He had a nice little push off there, but he did it. It's like the most common thing among whenever there's a pass interference. It's like, yeah, he did it. What are you complaining about? You pass interfered. Josh Allen drops back to pass. Allen steps forward under pressure. He'll just take it himself. Misses one, and he gets absolutely crushed from behind by big man number 54. prediction. Oh, here he goes. Pepper's at it again. I think you got a gambling problem, Pepper. Pepper says there's a turnover incoming. All right. Bet. The Bills have 270 total yards of offense. The Jets have 225 yards of total offense in this game. The Bills have looked better, but that Hail Mary kept the Jets in the game. They need a stop here. And looks like the Bills will take a timeout, not being able to get the call off. 11:55 remaining here in this third quarter. And the Bills, looks like something might be wrong with Allen's helmet. Yeah, there was something wrong with Allen's helmet. Couldn't hear it, took it off, and put it back on. I tripped on my own cords. The best way to fix any technology, just for reference, turn it off, turn it back on. Same thing for helmets. Take it off, put it back on. Both got a gambling problem. We'll see. So is the turnover incoming for the Jets or the Bills, or is it just like non-specific, and do I have to wait for both the Bills and the Jets to go? Emojis are so hard to see on my. I have bad vision as it is, and they have to make them so small. It is so cold in here. I'm so cold. Why does temperature have to drop? Never drops in Florida. It was the same. Then again, at least we can tell when autumn comes. Over here in Florida, it's like, is it autumn? You have to check your calendar. So the Bills, after a little bit of technical difficulties with their helmet, I know what that feels like. Tune into the VOD of last week, both of them. And we'll get to see my technical difficulties alongside Josh Allen's helmet difficulties. So something that I think is really interesting is that Allen Lazard, even though he caught that incredible Hail Mary, does not have as many yards as Garrett Wilson. Which, pretty crazy. Should add a scoreboard if you can. I don't know how to do that. I just don't know how to do that. I was considering, but I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I feel like it would. I don't know how Tom Grassi does it, or any of them do it. I don't have it. Turnover in the next week or so. The Jets are taking it away. All right. Bet. We'll see. If the Bills score a touchdown, I'm coming for you. Just ignore that. I'm not going to touch the bots. I'm not going to touch the bots. Yeah, what happened last time? It did not go well. Josh Allen drops back. Blitz coming. Allen throws one up, and it is almost caught, but dropped barely. 3rd and 15 coming up. Yeah, I don't know how to put the score up. I'm not that technologically savvy. I'm good at the commentating. It's supposed to have I need an editor or something. Someone that knows how to put that stuff up. I'm not quite certain how to do it. Otherwise I would. I also only have one screen, and then the TV, obviously, but I only have one screen that I do my streaming of. I don't have a huge setup. 3rd and 15, Keon Coleman on the screen, and that'll go absolutely nowhere to about the 29-yard line, about a gain of 5. So 4th and 10. So the Bills won't double up, but they will get a chance to kick a field goal. You both said the same thing. I'll just get a piece of paper and be like, Bills 20, Jets 17. Huh. There it is. These guys. How do I get rid of them? I don't want to break it. Live with it. I don't want to break it. They heard themselves being mentioned. 47-yard attempt for Tyler Bass, and it is up, and it is no good. Tyler Bass wide to the right, and the Jets, I guess that counts as a turnover. That is technically a turnover. Oh. Wow, Pepper actually got it. That's technically a turnover. Maybe not in the way that we thought, but that's a turnover. Wow. I did not ever see Pepper being right about something. He was like 0-3 last time he was around. That's crazy. That's actually a turnover. Wow. Tyler Bass is watching us right now. He's the third guy. He's just like, he's got us in like the little visor in his helmet. He's like, how do I somehow make this a turnover? Do I trust the Jets to block it? Nah, I'll just shank it instead. Wow. Nothing makes me happier than watching both the Bills and the Jets struggle. They haven't really today, but they've been just okay. So yeah, if you didn't see the message earlier, I'm commentating on Bills Saints this Thursday. No, from gambling. You're retiring from gambling? You can do that? I thought you were just going cold turkey. I'm commentating on Saints Broncos this Thursday at Caesar Superdome. So it'll that should be a really low scoring game. But interesting nonetheless. Delete the bots. I don't want to mess with it. Last time I tried to delete the bots, I broke it, remember? And they're back. Welcome back, boat. I don't want to touch it. Pepper's also here. In case anyone is into it. Are you kidding me? All right, I'm going to touch it. Okay, I'm touching it. I got rid of them. You are a legendary trio. I think I see. I've seen Boat Nerd every single time, and I think Firecar and Pepper normally. You guys like take turns. You guys like take turns every time. Last time Pepper was here was the other Buffalo game. He's secretly a Bills fan. Secretly a Bills fan. Got to go to his house and see if there's any broken tables. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Jets. Hand off to Breece Hall, and that is going nowhere. A loss of 1 or 2. That'll be 3rd and 9 or 10. Oh, gee, does that mean like before the grassy raid? I don't think. If you're talking about before the grassy raid, none of you were. All right, see you, Boner. Return soon. Firecar will miss you. He'll miss you, Boat Nerd. Yeah, none of the three of you are, if you're talking about before the grassy rain. If you look back, like at the very top, Denorm, I think the name has been here a while. Was before the grassy raid. And Rodgers is sacked for a big loss. And the Bills defense comes up big time again. There's a flag. I'm sitting down. My wonderful standing desk. It's so cold. Were you? Wow, that does mean stuff. Thanks. I still haven't done that. I said I was gonna do like an 100 subscribers thank you video, but mostly I just haven't had time. So I'm kind of like, you know what? We're just going for 1,000. The Giga Chad flight. We're just going for 1,000. Don't need to celebrate 100. Did I have a crazy reaction to the Hail Mary? I don't know. Ask them. I mean, I thought ask them. That was crazy. Those are the kind of things that it's like, oh yeah, I remember why I like commentating football more than any other sport. 82 in motion for the Jets. Hand off to Breece Hall. Hall will go up the middle 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up. 9-10 remaining here in the third quarter. I don't know what the penalty was exactly. But there was a penalty. Yeah, definitely be back. Come back soon. The one just now was I think that one is pretty good too. Mostly because of Pepper's gambling addiction. The missed extra point was not as exciting, but the missed extra point was not as. Missed extra point was meh. That was just me doing the normal commentary stuff. I don't think anyone is here yet, so I was just kind of doing my normal thing. Jason Bateman. There was nothing funny on the extra point. Do I like hockey? I liked it a lot more when I like it a lot better when the Florida Panthers are in the playoffs. Let's just say that. 3rd and 2. Coming up for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers will shovel it over to Breece Hall. Breece Hall will get the first down and more. Breece Hall! The 30, the 20. He's got one man to beat. And he does not. Oh, he comes just short. Oh, man. He was so close. That was almost a touchdown. I will. I probably will. I mean, I don't know all the official hockey terms. I'm not a huge hockey nerd. I'm more of a football, basketball, and occasional soccer nerd. And baseball. I am also a baseball nerd. But hockey's probably I'm least knowledgeable about hockey. I do like it. I enjoy watching all sports, but I'm less knowledgeable about it. So I'll tell you why there's a problem with the World Series, which I only recently thought of. Aaron Rodgers rolls back, and something happened. It looks like it bounced off the head of one of the Bills players, and Aaron Rodgers is really frustrated. And 2nd and goal coming up. He had the touchdown too. I thought that was a score, but it seemed to have bounced right off the hand of number 9 for the Bills, Taylor Rapp, with his new Guardian cap helmet. Really must have gotten in the way. So if I'm not mistaken, the World Series is just over Halloween, late October. If I'm not mistaken, I might be. I'm not in a place where I can stream at that time. I won't even be doing football, sadly. And Breece Hall right up the middle going nowhere, stuffed at the line by Smoot. I forgot what his first name is. His name's Smoot. So I'm pretty sure the World Series happens just over Halloween. So it'll be sad. I won't be able to do the World Series. I was thinking about it, but then I checked my schedule. I'm like, I can't do it. There will be videos, however, coming up while I'm gone, since I will be missing an entire 2 weeks of football. What? I know, shocking. I'll be sad. I'll be watching, but I won't be able to do live stream. I won't have any of the equipment. Aaron Rodgers on 3rd and goal. Last chance for a score. Rodgers throws to the end zone, and he is incomplete. No flag, and Aaron Rodgers is not happy. Yeah, I'm not. See, I don't want to ruin the surprise because there's a really cool video coming out that'll be on RSquared's Monday Morning Mayhem, which is my other channel, which you can find in this channel, the Exponential, all the way at the bottom in the other channel section. There would be a really cool video coming out on Halloween over there, because I won't be in a place where I can do it. I can't tell you where, but because I would run the surprise. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So Greg Zerline was good from 34. So here's his field goal to tie the game. It's a 22-yard attempt. The kick is up, and it is good right down the middle. The Jets are hanging around. It's 20-20, the year of COVID-19. Forget I said anything. And the Jets are pushing the Bills to the very limit with 6:13 remaining here in the third quarter. Josh Allen coming up next. That was a bad joke. Too soon? I feel like it was too soon. So yeah, there'll be a really cool video coming out on the other channel that you can check out in your spare time, since I'll be away temporarily. Not for long though, nothing to worry about. I will return. I really want to return. So yeah, like if you knew where I was gonna be, you'd be like, yeah, he'll be fine. That's why I'm doing Thursday. That's why I'm doing Broncos Saints, because if I had a choice, I would be doing the Ravens Bucks game, which is so much better. But I do want to get a commentary in on the next week, so it's going to be this Thursday for Broncos Saints. Yeah. Because I want to get one in, and I leave for wherever I'm going, the mystery place in between that. Miami, that's my only guess. Oh, we'll see. I'm not going to tell you. That's not where the video takes place. I will say that's not where the video is going to take place. The mystery. I will say that I will be missing Tua's return game, which I'll be sad about, but I'll be monitoring it. And I will be watching the Dolphins-Bills game with a few people I know. So that'll be interesting. That's not where it's going to happen, though. I can't tell you where the video is going to happen, but I can say that I'm gonna be watching the Bills-Dolphins game at a sports area. Just a random sports area. Nothing fancy. I'll be watching the Dolphins-Bills game. Nothing fancy. Don't worry about it. As you say in New York, forget about it. Yeah, I'll give a bit more details on Thursday. But for now, let's just enjoy the game. So, I mean, it's gonna be such a bad game, because like the Broncos, great defense, terrible offense. Saints, meh offense, horrible defense. Like, wow, what a game that's gonna be. Final score 10-0 in either favor. I'm not particularly looking forward to it, but are you serious? The bots are messing with me. Okay. I didn't break it. I'm pushing the limits of it. Yeah. Like, ew, get away! Bots, get out of here! I feel so nervous because last time I tried to mess with the bots, everything broke. The bots got their revenge on the last one, so I'm glad they're not doing anything particularly bad. I mean, they cut off my mic really early on, but at least it's still kind of going. At least you can still hear me. Turns out the mic does absolutely nothing. I see your plan. I got it. I got you. Trying to wink at you with the wrong eye. I see the plan. We gotta really kiss up to them before they start going crazy. Ray Davis, a quick run up the middle. That'll give them the yards they lost on the false start penalty. Bring them up to 2nd and 10. Chances to win the AFC East based on tonight's result. If the Bills win, 85%. If the Jets win, 13%. If the Jets win, the Bills have a 53%. And the Jets have a 43%. 45%. You know what that means? If the Jets win, actually, whatever, no matter what, that means the Dolphins have a 2% chance of winning this division because the Patriots sure ain't. We got a 2% chance. That's not 0. Josh Allen drops back under pressure, rolls to his right, flicks one into Dalton Kincaid, will be taken down after a gain of 4. 3rd and 5 coming up. Yeah. We have fun here. We might be small, but, this is not like one of those I do it for money or anything, because that's turned off. I don't do it for that. I do it for 2 reasons. I mostly do it for fun. But another reason is it looks mighty fine on a resume. Who knows? You might be the first of millions. Just saying. Just saying. Josh Allen takes the snap, drops back, rolls to his left, under pressure, throws, sidearm. Oh, pass interference. Oh my goodness. That was such a mistake. He had him too. That was going to be an incomplete pass, but he bumped him. Jeff Ulbrich saying, think. That was just a massive mistake. They just gave them a free touchdown, that free points. What? And Reed is out of his mind for that. He trips. Josh Allen thought he had him, but he was severely underthrown and out of bounds. And he just basically, that's there's just no, that's disappointing. Man, there was offsetting penalties. I missed the Bills penalty, but there was a penalty on the Bills. It was a holding. Oof. So they don't give up points, but it was unnecessary roughness. But definitely not thrilled if you're Jeff Ulbrich after that. So thankfully they're going to get away with one. But that was pass interference like no one's business. That was, as a defensive-minded head coach must be losing it. Josh Allen drops back, throws over the head of Dalton Kincaid. I got you. Yeah. I got you, Pepper. Finally, I'll get to put a face to the name when you get into my mansion. Hey, welcome back, partner. First thing I'll do, Pepper, is send you to a seminar about the dangers of gambling. The punt for Sam Martin. It's the 3rd time I believe we've seen him today. Gibson, fair catch at the 25-yard line, where Aaron Rodgers will head back out. This game's tied at 2020. Best game we've had so far this year. And that's crazy to me that I've commented on so far. It's better than Ravens Chiefs in week 1, which was horrible in my opinion until 4th quarter when the Ravens made a bit of a comeback. You bet. Wait, that is funny. You bet I won't. Sounds like a bit of a gamble. Don't you think? Kind of sounds like you're betting, huh? Maybe it's just just a phrase. But could have just been a phrase. I'm watching you. X chair. I could use one of those chairs. Not sponsored by any of those X chair, but I could use one of those. My chair's got no back. What a fast-moving game. I mean, this has been there hasn't been, well, that's not entirely true. The Subway Series World Series, that actually would be, I forgot that was a possibility. That's kind of crazy. No, but there was a beeping earlier. You can kind of see me going, what? But it was I think it was the dishwasher, which is relatively nearby. Not really. I feel like it shouldn't have been that loud. But there was a beeping that I believe was the dishwasher, although the dishwasher is supposed to beep 3 times and it only beeped once. So I guess that counts as the spooky stuff. The spooky stuff for the spooky month. But other than that, other than it being like really cold in here, for no reason, it's just really cold. We have heaters, it's just freezing. 20-20, 4:25 remaining here in the third quarter, 19:25 remaining in the game. Easy math. First and 10 from their own 26-yard line. It's Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall in the backfield, and it'll be a screen to Garrett Wilson. Caught the Bills defense sleeping, and Wilson will get about 15 yards and a little more added onto that. It'll be about 16 or 17 on the play on a nice little screen to Garrett Wilson. My mic's picking up a humming of some sort. It's like a... at least my headset is. You guys probably can't hear it because you don't have this thing. So I found out at halftime. Technology. It's the bots. First and 10 for the Jets from their 42-yard line. Rodgers play action, rolls to his left. Rodgers throws overhead. He's got Garrett Wilson. And Damar Hamlin loses his helmet. And Garrett Wilson gets a lovely gain and puts him into Bills territory. Nice. Nice. It was a really good pass. Across the shoulder, well-timed, well-placed. Had some nice air on it, too. Beautiful spiral. It was a really nice pass. Not easy to make. Garrett Wilson's got 8 receptions tonight for 107 yards and a touchdown. He's having a good game. Breece Hall right up the middle. He'll go for about 10 yards. Yeah. No. So I explained to Firecar and Pepper that I cannot stream the World Series. I am physically unable to. So I probably could, but I'm not around. So that's why this week on Thursday night, I'm commentating Broncos Saints. Otherwise, like the obvious options, commentate Ravens Bucks, but I won't be around. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to miss 2 entire weeks of football. It's going to be terrible. I'm going to miss 2 weeks of football commentaries, but you can stay caught up on my other channel, RSquared's Monday Morning Mayhem, which is my personal trainer channel, which you can go look at the bottom of the Exponential on the other channel section. And so that's what's going to be happening. So I'm going to be gone. I'm not in a place where I can stream. I don't even know if I'm going to have Wi-Fi. It could be. The final score may or may not be 10-0, but it could be a good one. First and 10 coming up for the Jets from their own 12-yard line. And I'll go into more detail in a second. Aaron Rodgers drops back to pass. Rodgers throws to the sideline. It's Breece Hall. Breece Hall stands back up, and he is dragged down for, wow, he's actually keeping going. He'll get about 2 yards. Impressive effort by Breece Hall. So I'm going to do that one, and then I'm going to be gone for a while, but you can stay caught up because I'm going to post at least 2 videos on the other one, which is my personal channel, which actually currently doesn't have any. I fully expect it to be both the best and the worst game at the same time. I'm like, my expectations are so low that I think the final score is going to be like 3-0. 3-0, but it's going to be a really great game, just a really defensive game. Aaron Rodgers has 2 touchdowns and 232 yards. Good game for him. 232. That's younger than he is. Alan Lazard gets 8 yards on the play. 3rd down coming up for the Jets, 3rd and 1. Aaron Rodgers is just not happy about this game. He's been frustrated throughout the entire night. He needs to get a lead. He really wants that lead. The Jets have played well. All in all, I think this is a success for Jeff Ulbrich in his first game. Todd Downing's done a really great job calling the plays. I think they've been much more eccentric than they usually are for the Jets. And the Jets have outgained the Bills by about 40 points. Rodgers under center, Hall in the backfield. It's going to be a fullback draw to Braylon Allen. Braylon Allen's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. There's a flag. Man, can't even give the Jets 7. Well, 6, but holding offense. And that's coming back. Sorry, Braylon Allen. But not this time. Man. Jeff Ulbrich. That was not good. His face is just so stony. The German. It's a German descent now. We love our friends, the Germans, though. I went to Germany in the last year. It was fun. It wasn't for a football game, sadly. But it was fun. Yeah, the handoff was... I did not see the hold personally, but 3rd and 11 coming up for the Jets. Significantly harder. And it's a guaranteed pass as Rodgers is in shotgun all on his own. Rodgers drops back and he'll throw over the middle. It's Garrett Wilson, incomplete. Wilson gets popped at the end of that one. And Wilson's hurt. Wilson's hurt bad. He got absolutely slammed between 2 defenders. And Garrett Wilson's in a lot of pain. See, Damar Hamlin and Taylor Rapp just nailed him. Yeah, he just got hit in 2 different directions. I'm trying to pinpoint exactly what the injury could have been. It could have been a shoulder, could have been a leg, really could have been anything. Yeah, that was a rough one. Yeah, prayers for Garrett Wilson. That was not a pretty hit. Got sandwiched right in between. I'm a Dolphins fan. No, they're not making the playoffs. I said it earlier, actually. I have them going 7-10. I have the Bills going 10-7, the Jets going 7-10. Jets being in the race, but not good enough. Yeah, Pepper, you got to stop doing this. Excuse me. Yeah, so I have the Jets going 7-10, the Bills going 10-7. I said it earlier. No one was here yet, so I was like stalling for time. Said it in the first quarter, I think. Or I was just kind of like going through my list of things. I'm like, what can I say? So yeah, those guys. My train of thought is just gone. I have the Dolphins finishing anywhere between 6-11 and 9-8. Could be anywhere. Like they could even be 5-12, honestly. And they also could technically win the division. Technically. I doubt it. I really doubt it, but maybe. You never know. No, I have not had IHOP in a hot second. Not sponsored by IHOP. They have IHOP wherever you guys are. I feel like they do. I feel like IHOPs are everywhere. Yeah, it's sad. I mean, did you guys see? There was an article published by Yahoo Sports earlier today. I could write better than that guy. Better than that guy, and his whole thing was like, at the end he said the Dolphins are 0-3 without Tua Tagovailoa. I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute, that's not right. That can't be right. And oh, they doinked the 32-yard attempt. Oh, this game's so bad. The kickers. Oh my goodness, Greg Zuerlein just doinked it. Oh, that was an atrocious kick. That was painful for me. Just the amount of missed kicks in this game. Greg Zuerlein, get out of here. Fired. He's old. Older than Aaron Rodgers. Fired. That was an extra point. That was basic. 32 yards. That's an extra point. One job. One job. Yeah, we did. Tua is better than we thought. I was one of those people who was like, maybe Tua's not all that good. But Tua is very important. I mean, it's an offense handcrafted for him. It's not, they've determined that it's not the talent. And I mean, I'm sure Mike McDaniel, if given enough time, could build the offense around Tyler Huntley, but he knows Tua's coming back, so he's not going to rewrite his entire playbook. I don't remember ever going to an IHOP. That's fair. They're the big blue buildings with the pancakes. IHOP is mint. That's also fair. I mean, really, there's this IHOP in Tampa. I'm not sure where it's like in this like sketchy neighborhood near Tampa. It's like in between Tampa and Orlando. And like there is a graveyard next to the IHOP, but it is like by far the best IHOP. Like it's hilarious. To go there, I'm like, it's right in between Tampa and Orlando. We're hungry. I mean, it's like no one around and like a graveyard next to an IHOP. Let's eat here. So we go in there, but it's like the best. It's literally the best IHOP. The pancakes are so much better. And we asked the waiter, and he's like, well, this IHOP's owned by a different company than all those other IHOPs because they were bought out by a bigger company, but we're still owned by the old company. I'm like, but IHOP was never this good. But they were like, my brother's got like food allergies, and they were like the most accommodating IHOP ever. Like they made like vegan everything. I'm like, what? Like this should not exist. Like, why is this IHOP good? It's never happened. They were like an actually good IHOP. Normally IHOPs, I don't even know what the name of this town is, but it's like it's on the end. The weird thing is that I-4 was closed that day, so so they got closed. I'm like, what? Josh Allen under a lot of pressure could have been gotten a safety there, but it just spikes it up the floor. I have a feeling that, the Funko. I forgot that you could even see him. Give me your Dan. Dan the man. There he is, of course, the man, the myth, the legend. Dan Marino, mint condition, never opened. Over there, Dan. I'm normally sitting a little over so you can't see him, but I slid a little over. Yeah, you can see Dan. It was a gift to me, actually. You have a breeze. Legendary quarterback. Thumbs up. You guys seen that like really good commercial? I don't know what it's about. I think it's like Tostitos, not sponsored, but I think it's like this is the end of the third quarter, by the way, 20-20. The Bills have the lead. They just completed a pass to Khalil Shakir, which went for like 5 yards. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Bills at the start of the fourth quarter. Yeah, have you seen like that one where it was like Dan Marino, that whatever his name is, I'm blanking on that one Cowboys running back that was really good. Oh, it's like disappearing out of my brain right now. Number 22 for the Cowboys way back when. He was around And then there was Randy Moss, and it was like a commercial where they were coming back playing the NFL one more game, but they were old. Dan Marino tried to read his playbook off his wrist, but he needed his glasses, so he had to go get his glasses. And by the time he put them on and started to be able to see the play, they got a delay of game. And it just kept happening over and over and over again. Then Elliott, I think his name was Elliott Smith. No, that doesn't sound right. But the Cowboys running back, you kept falling asleep on the bench. That's a good commercial. It was a Super Bowl commercial. But he was falling asleep. 22, you're up. Well, it was Randy Moss didn't get his edition, but the other two did. I have a feeling that if Rodgers gets injured again, he won't come back. I'm fine with that. It's probably better for his health anyway. And he won't be playing for the Jets anymore. IHOP, yeah, they got dark secrets. Yeah, it was a really funny commercial. Yeah, I see the weirdest commercials, which is like if I ever pause and you just see me go, huh? And I'm like, what? Yankees, nice. Hey, the Subway Series World Series is off to a good start. That's crazy. I mean, I always feel, I kind of felt like the Guardians are kind of underrated. But all of a sudden, it kind of like ESPN was publishing articles. I was like, that was like the Yankees are the underdogs, and this is what they need to do to beat them. I'm like, well, really? I thought people took the Guardians for granted most of the time. It was a good joke. It was a good joke. There was a kerfuffle. I repeat, there was a kerfuffle. There was a lot of pushing and shoving during the timeout between the Jets and the Bills. Mostly Quinnen Williams. Multiple flags thrown. And that may push the Bills forward. I don't know. We'll see what they're calling it now. No, that's fair. I mean, I don't wish harm on anyone. Obviously, I wish him the best, honestly. For his health purposes, one second. Sportsmanlike conduct on the Jets, I believe. It's on the Bills. I was totally wrong. So that'll back the Bills up 15 yards. No, yeah, I wish him the best, but he is really old. Like, no one that old. I mean, he's playing really well, and he looks good, but the way he walks instead of scrambles, like he doesn't scramble anymore. He just kind of like hobbles over. I mean, it shows. I mean, at that point, it's kind of like, should you really be still going? So really, like, I'm concerned that if he hits 45 and then like breaks something, then he's never going to heal. Josh Allen will throw a quick screen to Dalton Kincaid, go absolutely nowhere, so the Bills will have to punt again. November 19th, 2023. Why are they showing this? It's the Jets and the Bills. Oh, it was the last time Deion Dawkins and Quinnen Williams had a meeting. Sorry, is Michael Clemens and Deion Dawkins? Just everyone. Yeah, Michael Clemens and Deion Dawkins. Yes, they got a history. 3 times. 4th and 15. Here's Sam Martin to punt it away to his former team yet again. Oh, and the special teams tackle by Matt Collins is not made, given a return, which will be down at the 35-yard line. Nice return by Gibson. Gives the Jets the ball at their own 45-yard line. Good starting field position. We'll see what Aaron Rodgers can do with it. Where'd you guys go? Are you guys still around? Got radio silenced. I acknowledged your Yankees. Did Judge Homer? That was random. Peyton Manning is a national treasure. I mean, when he played, absolutely. When he stars in nationwide commercials, absolutely. When he does Manning cast, sure. But that very random. Not that you should watch the Manning cast. Stay here. And Aaron Rodgers looks deep. He's got someone. Now I'll go for about 15 yards. It's Alan Lazard. Just shy of midfield. Butt punt. Yeah, it was the Dolphins. The butt punter is actually playing in this game. Thomas Morstead. But speaking of butts, don't you think it's funny that Mark Sanchez still commentates? After all that, how does he deal with it? 1st and 10 for the Jets at the 49-yard line. Rodgers, handoff, Breece Hall. Breece Hall cuts the edge. Breece Hall's got a nice carry for a gain of 6 on the play. There is a flag. And that's why if I'm ever commentating a game that Mark Sanchez is, which I probably won't because he's not good enough to get any of the good games, you could turn him off and come on over here. Just naming famous plays. Minnesota Miracle was insane. That was incredible. Oh yeah, that was against you. I forgot about that. A tender topic. My mistake. Yeah. 1st and 18. Aaron Rodgers throws it quick, and it is dropped by number 18, Mike Williams, I believe. Yep, Mike Williams. I will say Mike Williams looks a lot thinner than he did in LA. He looked really thin he looked really large and imposing with the Chargers. He looks much thinner. I do like how his numbers, he likes 1.8 because he was 81 in LA and 18 here in New York. Oi. Just the Saints mocking the Falcons. Did you hear the weather report, by the way? The weather report where the Atlanta reporter smacked down the Falcons. That was wild. Breece Hall gets a run. He'll go for about 7 or 8 on the play, probably get back to the original scrimmage line. Can I do a good Dolphin? I can. I don't know if I should. I might blow everyone's eardrums out. It's late over here as well, so I wouldn't want to wake up the entire neighborhood. But with Dolphins, we just say fins up, and we have our little thing. The Miami has the Dolphins the greatest football team, which we haven't said since 1972. 3rd and 11 coming up for the Jets at the 48-yard line. Aaron Rodgers drops back to pass under a lot of pressure, and it falls, and it's caught? He caught that? 1st down, Allen, what? What a throw by Aaron Rodgers, who's limping at the end of that one. Aaron Rodgers got hit hard. Aaron Rodgers. What? What a throw. He slipped that in between the arm and butt of Bernard and somehow got it in. He got nailed at the back end of the play, though. Oof. It looked like that looked like something that would happen in Madden. It looks like it went right through. You can try. Wait, is that a gamble, Pepper? Is that a bet? You bet that you can get me to do the Dolphins impression one day? Delay a game on the Jets. Couldn't get to the line of scrimmage fast enough. Play call not working out. 1st and 15 coming up for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers is 19 of 27 for 279 yards and 2 TDs on the night. He's had a good one. You had your time. You had Drew Brees. You won the Super Bowl not that long ago. Come on. It ain't no 24-year playoff drought. And that ball falls incomplete, heading towards Braylon Allen. Russell Douglas wanted the interception, couldn't quite get there. Last week versus the Vikings, Aaron Rodgers took a shot. That he actually went into the medical tent for a second. I remember that. I was going, uh-oh. And he bent back in pain. Yeah, it's not good. You broke your finger? I'm sorry. How'd you do that? Was it got caught in a boat engine or something? And that is going to go for a loss of 2 on the pass to Jeremy Ruckert. 3rd and 16 coming up for the Jets. 10:55 remaining here in the game. He's on injured reserve, out for the year. Nah, I think that would only be like 4 years. 4 weeks. It is late. It's at this point in the fourth quarter. Aaron Rodgers, 3rd and 16. Play clock winding down. He'll get it off. Rodgers will flick one over to Breece Hall. Damar Hamlin makes a nice tackle to get him out of bounds for after a gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. Catching a football. Happens to the best of us. I don't think anyone that hard, but not normally that hard, but it definitely happens. We definitely a lot of jammed fingers in the sport. He's just questionable. Boat nerd, questionable to return to this commentary. 43-yard attempt from Greg Zuerlein, who I am thoroughly disappointed with after he doinked his last attempt, which was from 10 yards less than this. Greg Zuerlein, the kick is up. And this one is doinked again, and no good. And the Jets come away without points again. Nothing makes me angrier than a kicker who has one singular job, doinking it twice from 2 different positions, 10 yards apart from each other. And he missed an extra point. Well, that was the other kicker. The other kicker is just as bad. This is just a disastrous game for kickers. 07. Yeah, I mean, just what a the kickers. Yeah. You're like, I should have predicted. Yeah. Like, man, I missed out on those $20. Gambling. We got to get that seminar going for you. It's like, I'm not dead. We got the double header on Monday Night Football next week. Ravens, Bucks, and that's a Chargers something. I didn't read it fast enough. It was a commercial. Enjoy that. I won't be commentating on either of those. I'll be in the Saints and Broncos. It's like his ghost is talking to us. Oh, see you, boat nerd. Sorry for pretending you're dead. Hi, boat nerd. Tune in Thursday. Hope your finger heals. Heals like jelly because, obviously it got jammed. So only way is that it heals to jam. That was good. That was good. So bad. No, I'll be on Thursday. Thursday. This Thursday. Then it's going to be a while. But Thursday, you can come. I believe in you. Come here. You're talking about the finger, but that's, I got it. But you should definitely come on Thursday. What is this? Huh? Claim your 3-month survival food kit? Okay. I don't even think it said what company. Handoff is to Ray Davis. Ray Davis gets a nice little edge, gets about 7 yards. Hey, what about me? What about me, huh, Bo? Huh? What's up, boat nerd? Have a good night, boat nerd. Say goodnight to the trio, but you didn't say goodnight to me. What's up? What's up with that? Hey. Ray Davis is at 84 rush yards and 55 receiving yards. He's at a total of 139. You too, I guess. 139 yards. He's having a great game. This is his breakout game. I mean, see you later, James Cook. And a screen, quick throw to Keon Coleman. Nice little play call there. That'll go for about 15. Good night. The Jets defense are the only team with no touchdowns allowed in the fourth quarter this year. They've locked up when it comes to the end of the game. And somehow they've still lost 3 games. See you Thursday. Looking forward to it. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Not really the game. I mean, final score 10-0. Josh Allen pitches it over to Ray Davis, who's got a nice little cut. Gets about 3 yards. Is that your Aaron Rodgers impression? Or your Jalen Phillips impression? Honestly, just pick a player. Most of them have torn their ACL, have torn their Achilles. Is it just me, or did he not look that hurt? It's too soon. It's too soon in Firecar. To me, he didn't look that hurt. Like, by like week 10 of last year, it was kind of like he was just standing on the sideline chilling. Josh Allen drops back to pass to Dawson. No, that's Dalton Kincaid, and Dalton Kincaid goes for a nice gain of about 15. And the Bills are moving the sticks. That's the remote. Sorry. And my hand's like right next to it. This has been a good game. This has been a very solid game. I am genuinely surprised. No, we'll plug it in. Plug it in. Josh Allen, 1st and 10 from the New York 32. Allen, handoff Ray Davis. Hey, if you can't beat him passing it, just keep running it down their throat. 3 yards for Davis. Yeah. Those kickers. That Packers kicker who's missed more field goals than he's made, just like I think the Packers should definitely consider bringing on Tom Grassi. I mean, his audition was pretty good. You guys saw that. Much better than the current kicker. One thing I am, oh yeah, they do have a pretty good kicker now, don't they? Keon Coleman gets a nice little gain. Gets about 10 on the play. On a nice little comeback route. His name's like Narvison, right? I only remember that because I think one of the commentators on the game this week was like, and Narvison, will he be nervous ahead of this kick? And I'm like, that was so bad. Thank you, Packers. I feel like the Packers got a better off. I did. His dad broke it. The laughing to keep from crying. I mean, I was kind of like, no, no. And I'm like, that's my fan of the year trophy. It's completely shattered. You know, that was quite the moment there. I don't know why it was left open like that. It would be in a glass case for me. Oh yeah, definitely. It's fine. No, 2nd and 11. Coming up for the Bills. Josh Allen throws it out of bounds, nowhere to go. 3rd and 11 coming up from the 19. Yep. I was so happy. Should have heard me at. No, it actually wasn't. It wasn't. I wasn't on stream yet. It's before. I'm like, it's a. I was. I think it was earlier today. I'm like, this was a good week. It was just a really good week. And my mom was like, why? And I'm like, well, it was a really good week. I mean, I didn't have to watch the Dolphins lose mostly, and the Cowboys got absolutely destroyed. There was a roughing the passer penalty on Javon Kinlaw, who hit Josh Allen a little late and then shoved him viciously down to the floor at the end there. So that puts the Bills in great position to score. First and goal, 5 minutes remaining in this one. Yeah, you had to watch the Saints lose. I was happy. I'm like, I didn't have to watch the Dolphins. It was a great week. And Ray Davis, trying to make some men miss, gets about 3 yards on the play. Second and goal. Yeah, the Falcons won. The Panthers only barely lost. The Bucks won. Yeah, it was not a great week. Has any team ever won every away game and lost every home game? Huh. I don't know. Well, I guess the Cowboys now. I see what you're doing because they've lost every home game. Yeah. They just got figured out. Like, people watched the tape of the Packers game and they're like, oh, so that's how they do it. And then it's just been just destruction after destruction. Josh Allen rolls forward and he'll get sacked, but he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Third and goal from the 7. Yeah, 51 points allowed. It's awful. Horrible defense. That's why I think that there is a good chance that the Broncos-Saints game could potentially be 21-17 as well. Could also be 3-0. I mean, who knows? Bo Nix might actually not throw an interception. Third and goal coming up for the Bills. Quinnen Williams had the sack there. 2-time Pro Bowl selection. Third and goal for Buffalo from the 7. Josh Allen drops back. He'll throw quick, and it's batted away. Good defense by the Jets. Fourth and goal. No touchdowns this time. Do we let the kickers kick? That's the question. Bo picks indeed. Do we let the kickers kick? I mean, although I do not completely say that it's Bo Nix's fault, he's throwing to absolutely no one. His only person he's throwing to is Cortland Sutton. So Tyler Bass missed an extra point and a 47-yard field goal. Here's a 25-yarder, which is just shorter than a field goal. And there's a false start, so never mind, it is a field goal. 30-yard kick coming up for Tyler Bass. Wow, that was man. They're gonna let the kicker kick. I would go 4th and 15. Go for it. Why not? Might as well. So for reference, folks, because I'm getting a haircut in a couple of days. This is the longest my hair is ever gonna get. Right? This is the longest my hair is gonna get, and I think it's pretty clean right now. It's actually a really good cut, I gotta say. I've liked this haircut. Just getting cut like in the next few days. Like by Thursday, it's gonna new me. New haircut. This haircut's lasted a long time though. No, no. It's gonna be this haircut, just shorter. This is as long as it gets. There's a flag that they're not saying. Yeah, I think it grew out really nicely. No, no, Buzz. It's just gonna be this really nice haircut of mine that I'm gonna get shorter. 3:46 remaining here in the game. Whoa, huh? So here's the deal. Instead of it being a false start, it's a neutral zone infraction on Javon Kinlaw. Let's see it. Absolutely, he did. Wow. That's crazy. Javon Kinlaw jumped first. And no buzz. And that puts them actually 5 yards ahead. So this is a 16-yard kick instead. 22-yard kick. I was totally off. So an easy attempt for Tyler Bass. It is way less than an extra point. And he got it. Wasn't drilled, but he got it. Builds up a 3-point lead. 3 minutes is a lot of time for the JETS doctor footage. Sure. Absolutely. That is so fake. 3:43. There's a flag. Will this game never end? No, I'm just kidding. It's actually been a pretty short game. It was going quickly. It kind of slowed down here in the second half. I thought I was going to get to bed at a reasonable hour, too. No, is it because your thing's about to die? I told you to plug it in. Get in. See you, Fire Car. Hopefully on Thursday for the Saints game. I mean, I'll mince my words for you. I'll be nice for the Saints. For your Saints. I'll be nice. See you, Fire Car. And then there was one. You'll tune in. Yeah, he'll be too busy watching the game. That makes sense. And Kinlaw got unsportsmanlike conduct there. And the Bills are loving the unsportsmanlike ship, I guess. We are without transportation. So I was actually thinking about this. Like, if someone just shows up eventually and their name, like, so I was thinking, so Boat Nerd, I was thinking we can change his name to Waterboat. Got Waterboat, Fire Car, and then if someone comes in here and we call them Nature Plane, then we're set. So then we'll have Fire Car, Waterboat, and then Nature Plane. Or, Pepper, you could always change your name and be like Nature Plane. I am Nature Plane. That'd be hilarious. Like, I got my elemental transportation in the house. The trio of elemental transportation. That was a shower thought for me. It was like right after the game, because it's really late. I'm in Europe, but it was like after the game. I was about to take a shower, and then I'm like, it would be really funny if I had an element for every form of transportation. Yeah, let's see what else could we? Lightning bus. Oh wait, there's a better one. There's lightning train. We're a sports channel, but our main thing is elemental transportation. Nice. It was before I got in the shower. It was before. I believe I was downstairs, turning off lights and stuff. Yeah, it was before. That was funny, but it was before. So let me ask you, is anyone actually tuning in for the next London game? Is anyone actually going to watch? Well, wait, that's an old thing. Aaron Rodgers' Packers career, 69 games of 300-plus pass yards, most in franchise history. Aaron Rodgers, since Week 14, 2021, games with 300 passing yards. Nothing. 0. It's been 3 years since he's had a 300 passing yard game. Wow. That is horrible. He's 20 yards away. He might do it. So, Pepper, are you watching the London game? Are you going to watch the London game? The Patriots and the Jaguars? The pillow fight between two guys swatting at each other with their eyes closed? That one? You going to watch that? The Jets are now down by 3. There's a very good chance that they can come back and win this game. They got 3 minutes. That's plenty of time. They're 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. That's a 70-yard field. 4 minutes. They can do that. Blitz coming for Rodgers. Picked up. Oh, never mind. Rodgers fumbled, and the Jets hop on it. The Jets did not hop on it. The Bills have it. Bills football. Wow. And forget everything I said. The Bills have a chance to go up by 2 scores, and this game would be over. Yeah. Can't see a future. That's perfectly. I'm not watching it. I'm even close to the right time zone, and I'm not going to watch it. Aaron Rodgers fumbles. There could be a question as if it was a forward pass, but I don't think it was. I think that's a fumble. And how did the Jets player not recover it? And the Bills recovered the fumble. But is that a forward pass? That's close. That is really close. Because it kind of looks like he went through the full motion, and then his arm was already down by the time he fumbled. They're going to say it's incomplete. All right. 2nd and 10. So the Jets stay alive after a bit of a scare. Movement up front. Timeout up front. It'll be a timeout for our very own, I think, Jets. But let's see. Excuse me. It's not. Coach McDermott threw the challenge flag. We'll see what's happening here. They do not seem to have accepted his call. They're currently showing Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. If you're watching them, go ahead and turn them off and come on over here. No need to see them. Say you don't like either one of them. Joe Buck's a legend. Troy Aikman was only good as a quarterback. Come on over here and come on over here and commentate with me. You know, we have fun here. We chill. I answer the chat. It's like a commentary, but I answer questions. Okay, so what the referee, which I believe his name is Adrian Hill, just said is that Buffalo cannot challenge it because it was overturned via replay. So it was already replay, so Buffalo will retain their timeout and their challenge. It's an incomplete pass. The Jets saved by the bell, saved by the rule book there. So that's definitely interesting way to start off this drive. So 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line for what could have been a very disastrous opening play. 2nd and 10. Aaron Rodgers almost drops the snap, gets it. He'll just dump down to Conklin. Conklin will go for 6 on the play. 3:30 here in the game. Rules analyst John Perry. Hey, John Perry's in a Bills uniform. Oh, John Perry's really? I did not know that. Oh, John Perry is no longer the Bills rule. He's no longer the rules analyst. He works for the Bills now. Good for John Perry. So he's the one that said to challenge it, which means it probably was challengeable. He's the rules analyst for ESPN for a while. Hey, I think maybe the crew should have looked at that. John Perry says so. Aaron Rodgers under pressure flings one too high for the arms of Garrett Wilson, and there's a flag. For what? That was perfect, unless it was roughing the passer. That was a perfectly clean play. It was too high. There was no way he was catching that. They're calling pass interference. I do not believe that's the right call. I think it was too high. I don't think there was any chance of him catching that. And that's a rough call. There was a bit of holding, but it was too high. They could have called hold. It was way too high. I don't think pass interference was the right call. There was no way Garrett Wilson was catching that. So the Jets have 10 penalties for 100 yards, and the Bills have 11 penalties for 94. Flags are flying. 21 penalties in this game. And Rodgers having to outrun the crew, and he'll just throw it at the floor in the general direction to Breece Hall. There's a flag. It's going to be holding on the Jets. Without a doubt. There was definitely some holding that gave Rodgers enough time there. Sure. Holding offense, yeah. He could jump 15 feet. Okay. Yeah, all right. I don't think so. See, the thing is when he jumped, I don't think he had him held. I don't think he could have caught that. I think Sean McDermott was saying the right thing that it was over his head. If pass interferences were challengeable, that one was a challenge. There was a bit of a hold on 18 there on the backside of the play. There was definitely an offensive holding, but those could have been offsetting penalties there. There was a holding on Mike Williams. Yeah, he had him by the jersey, pulled him back a little. So 1st and 10, Rodgers flicks it over. I think they did call it, actually. Did they? I think they did, yeah. I might have just been there late. I saw it without seeing the call, but it was 1st and 10, so I assume nothing happened. It was just offsetting. 2nd down coming up. Rasul Douglas. Yeah, they did catch it. I was like, what kind of soul? So Rasul Douglas made the tackle there. Nice tackle. Says, I don't care if you're bigger than me. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Jets at the 48-yard line. Pressure coming for Rodgers. Flicks it down underneath to Breece Hall. Breece Hall gets the edge. Breece Hall to the 40-yard line at Buffalo. There's a flag. What else is new? This is very close to the level of amount of flags that we've had in some of our other games. We need a laundry count too. So, Pepper, you were saying put the score on a piece of it. It's holding on the offense again, of course. How close do you trust the kicker? Greg Zuerlein? I just want to say this real quick. 22 accepted penalties tonight. It's tied for the most. I believe that was Miami-Seattle. That game was rough. How close do I trust him? I don't. I say it's touchdown or he misses. He's been horrible. The goal is touchdown, but at least the 30. He's been really bad. Yeah, so I would say at least the 30. So a lot of penalties, not a clean game. And a big hit on Jeremy Ruckert, but Taylor Rapp breaks it up on what would have been a 1st down. Whew. Big time defensive play there. Clean. He just full out bodied a big tight end. Little 200-pound man bodying a 350-pound tight end. They played high safeties on that one, trying to keep the big plays. And then, yeah, Rapp sees it, and then he just puts his full body into trying to stop him. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Taylor Rapp has 8 tackles tonight and 3 pass breakups. Rodgers drops back to pass. He's got all day, half the night, reading a newspaper. Launches it deep. He's got a man! Intercepted! It's intercepted! Mike Williams tripped! And it looks like he's injured on the play as well. And the Bills pick him off. And a shocking turn of events by the 2-minute warning. I mean, Rodgers was sipping tea straight from London in the back. What an interception. What an interception there. Wow. And that is clean pick. Teron Johnson. And the Bills might have just walked away with this football game. What? Wow. So Mike Williams slips on his route. He had him wide open. Aaron Rodgers was sipping tea straight from London in the backfield. He launches one. Mike Williams slips, gets hurt, and it's picked off. What a wild game. Just insanity. This game has just been chaos. So many penalties, too. There's only so many penalties you can have in a game. There's just so many penalties. And that's only ones that are accepted. There's been a few that have been offsetting. That was a crazy interception that'll likely end the Jets' day. I guess, you know what that means? I'm 11-3 on my picks for this week. Heck yeah. pretty good. I've been pretty consistently in the lowest I've had is 9, and it was in week 1. It's pretty good. And I've had like this is my highest one, 11. Nice. Could have caught it from the ground too if he wasn't there. Yeah. He would. Yeah. I mean, you gotta laud the effort by Mike Williams trying to catch it injured, but a good pick. Thank you. Yeah. I'm very impressed. I've always been good at it. Just kind of like, hey, I got it. But mostly it's been like a silent thing. Like I do the Yahoo Sports like voting thing, count under their games. Like 56% of the nation took this guy. No, whatever. So I was looking at that, and that's how I can check my picks. Now I remember. I'm like, hey, I got it right. I go through them. I'm like, how did I manage to get? I don't even do it like that seriously. I just kind of like do it for fun. And I was like 10-3. Wow. So after the game, they have Scott Van Pelt. I don't have an after the game. I'll do a quick little recap at the end, but then I'm going to see you on Thursday. And that's going to be the final live stream for a while, and I'll be sad. Be so sad. I'm going to miss everyone and the commentary. It's so much fun to be here doing this. But I can't tell you where, but I got a feeling it's going to be fun where I'm going too. We'll see. Josh Allen handoff, Ray Davis right up the middle for a gain of 5. Buffalo just has to tick the clock down at this point. And Taron Johnson actually completely blew. Actually, it wasn't him at all. It was Bernard who blew the coverage right in between the zone, and he actually had him. What a correction by Johnson, and somehow coming up with that pick. Wow. I mean, he basically stole it from Mike Williams' hands. Great job by Taron Johnson, icing this game out. And Aaron Rodgers looks on. I mean, there's things to be optimistic about than a very sudden commercial break. There's things to be optimistic about for the Jets in this one. I mean, Todd Downing did really well. The play calling was unique. It was different than what we've seen from the Jets throughout the first few games of the year. It was less robotic. Like under Nathaniel Hackett, it seemed very excuse me, feel very like, I don't quite know the word. I want to say like it was like they were like wading through muddy waters or so. Like it was very thick offense. It just wasn't working. Like I watched them against Minnesota, and it was like every play was like hard to do. And this one, it kind of seems more smooth and more unique. Maybe. Never know. I mean, I doubt they're going to pass the ball again. Yeah, that's a tough ending because it actually was not a bad game. The defense played fairly well considering it's the Bills' offense, and the Jets didn't play badly. They played really well. Yeah, that's a tough way to lose a game there because they were playing so well. They had the drive too. If only they had. I mean, that's just tough luck. All right, Mike Williams getting hurt, and then Taron Johnson. The correction there was incredible. Yeah, you don't see that very often at all. That was really, really good correction by Taron Johnson. He spins completely around, turns on the Jets, and then dives, steals it from Mike Williams' hands, and still gets the first down. But hold up, it's 2nd and 5. The Jets have 2 timeouts. They're not out of this yet. They're not out of here yet. Kincaid in motion, but that they can't allow another 5-yard run. Handoff. It's Ray Davis. Davis is stuffed for no gain. Nice job. So I think it's fair to expect a pass on this one. So they might play a little deeper. The game recap. Safety's playing deep. Really deep. Wow. I didn't notice that. Taylor Rapp had ran 54 yards to catch up to Breece Hall on that one play earlier in the day. Then in triple coverage, split up on Garrett Wilson. This secondary's been playing deep, and Taylor Rapp's been delivering the boom. He's had a fantastic game. How about Taylor Rapp? Remember when he was with the Rams? Back in my day. 1:45 remaining here in the game. One timeout remaining for the Jets. 3rd and 4 coming up for Buffalo. Mike Williams heading to the locker room after going into the blue medical tent. 3rd and 4. Play clock winding down. Josh Allen's taking it himself. He's got the first down. And the Bills are walking away with a victory. The old man. What? The old man in me. I'm older than Aaron Rodgers, which is very, very old. Wow. And I mean, the option, and then Josh Allen just being faster than the defense. And that's it. That's going to be game. So the Buffalo Bills will walk away with a 23-20 victory. A surprisingly good game. The Jets played really well. There's a lot to be happy about for New York. But there's a lot more to be happy about for Buffalo. They snapped their streak. They're playing really, I mean, this was not a pretty win for the Bills, but a win's a win. Ultimately, a win's a win. The Dolphins beating the Patriots last week, a win's a win. They won that game. So it wasn't pretty, but Buffalo comes out on top in this battle of New York. And the Jets will fall to 2-4. Thankfully, they have an easy game coming up very shortly. I believe the next week's game. No, well, not next week. Next week they have Pittsburgh. The week after that, they have the Patriots. So very likely that this Jets team could be going 2-5. Sorry, 2-5. Yeah, very likely. Assuming they keep playing like this and the Steelers keep playing the way they're playing, the Pittsburgh Steelers might end up with a win there, and the Steelers will be stuck and the Jets will be stuck in a 2-5 situation. Which very well, assuming the Dolphins find some sort of way to beat the Colts, could leave them 3rd in the division. So anyway, as the clock ticks down, it's at 56 seconds, 2 more knees and it'll be over. And this one. So thank you all so much for watching. My name is RSquared. Thanks for watching the Exponential. Thanks to the trio for coming out. Great to have you here. Sorry for the Saints. Sorry for the Jets. I don't remember who Boat Nerd roots for. I think it's the Vikings. Yeah, I think so. The Vikings. Yeah, that sounds right. And I guess sorry about the Vikings since the entire NFC North won. But thank you all so much for coming out. The Bills will improve to 4-2. The Jets will fall to 2-4 and 3rd in the division. Hey, how about them Dolphins? Staying in 2nd in the division. How about that? I'll take that. I'll wait until the clock winds all the way down, and then I am out of here, folks. Out of here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have fun. See you Thursday night. And we'll count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The Buffalo Bills beat the New York Jets 23-20. See you on Thursday for the Denver Broncos taking on the New Orleans Saints. Thanks for watching.